And welcome, ladies and gentlemen. This is round 10 QAFL action here from Graham Road up at Aspley's, Aspley Oval as they like to call it. And it's Aspley Hornets versus the Palm Beach Currumbin Lions. My name's Crane Brownie. I'm joined in the comm box today by Dave Hampton. Welcome, Dave. How are you?
Yeah, very good, Kane. Wonderful to be here. Beautiful day, it must be said as well, and really looking forward to the contest this afternoon. Of course, the Hornets sit on top of the ladder, just the one draw, round one, and all the rest victories, so go into it pretty red-hot favourites, but Palm Beach Currumbin always give their best as well, don't they? Got quite a few injuries, so it's going to be tough for them, but they've just got to find a way to scramble in this afternoon.
No, you're definitely right there, Dave, and look, I watched Palm Beach a few weeks back versus Redland Victoria Point. Redland seen on second on the ladder. They probably caused upset of the season so far in knocking the Sharks off at home as well. No one would have given Palm Beach a chance, but they just did all the one percenters extremely well.
Yeah.
They didn't do anything pretty. They played in front all day. They were first to the footy. They laid their tackles. They did all those little things that you need. And I think more than anything, Redland Victoria Point were a bit shocked by that. Tried to play pretty, thought it was just going to happen. And actually, the Lions ran away with probably 3 or 4 goals in the end. So, bit of an upset. But look, Aspley...
Well, we were just talking about the ladder before, Kane, weren't we? And saying... I think from really second down to 10th, it's pretty much anybody's for the taking if they can just start to hit their form. As you said, we're around 10 today, but yeah, it's still really wide open, isn't it? Obviously, the Hornets look pretty settled on top of the table, but from there on, it's very even.
No, it should be a real interesting second half of the year. A lot of the sides in calculations for finals are definitely going to be playing off at times, and look. Between both these sides, Aspley's a pretty solid unit, played VFL footy a couple of years back, won the premiership probably under a bit of adversity last year, knocking off the undefeated Broadbeach. But they're the kind of club that just go about their work, really methodical, technical. You generally know how they're going to play most weeks. They've had a number of injuries. They've rested a couple of blokes in the early parts of the year. I mean, and you look at this side going down the list, I mean, Wesley Black's always been playing consistent across half-back. You got the captains in Batchelor and Nellis who play their roles. Reece Toy, that midfield, that in-and-under type player. Stackelberg's the one for me. Comes back into the side the last couple of weeks. He's he's a small player, but he's that strong marking, launching type key forward who can kick a number of goals. And even looking at Palm Beach, look, they've had a lot of injuries this year, but Tyler Cornish is the one for me.
Yep.
If there's any chance at all this afternoon, he definitely needs to stand up. Crosley as well. AJ Dawson comes into calculations. Malaki Dumas needs to get more of the footy in his hands across half forward or when he plays at that sort of wing role. If he can kick 3 or 4 this afternoon, they've got a really good shot at knocking the Hornets off. I'd just like to go down and introduce, we've got the field umpires today, Sam Bridges, Joshua Weekly, Jack Edgar. Boundary umpires, Samuel Peach, Chris Cichiti, hope I got that name right. And the goal umpires, Campbell Shaw and Connor Johnson. And brought to you by Bradnam's Windows and Doors, always a great sponsor for the umpires. We're just about ready to go here this afternoon. Round 10 QAFL action. We're going to have the 2 big fellas, Will Walbers in the ruck, and we've also got Lewis McNally, number 38 for Palm Beach. That should be a very interesting contest in the middle of the ground.
So all in readiness to start the big round 10 action. Umpire bounces the ball, and as you mentioned, Walbers been sensational this competition. Got the first hit out, might get the first clearance as well. Feeds out a handball. They go forward now, the Hornets, up towards half forward. The ball just won't quite sit there. Comes back to Henderson. Henderson turns in and out, then kicks, delivers in towards full forward. Flyers are up, but getting back to take the mark was McBurney.
No, he's been pretty solid in that backline role, McBurney. He's a pretty solid contested mark, but he's got the ability to intercept like he did then, being third man up.
Finds Dodge. So Nicholas Dodge been in pretty good form as well. The kick's short. Is it the required distance? It is. Harrison with the ball. Might have gone the Hornets before, but it's Harrison. Brings it round the wing, looking for his skipper there in Cornish. But it had too much on it for him. The ball goes over the line on the full. And it'll be a free kick coming back to Aspley. I'll just try and find that player. Let's go.
We're not in the best position here. It's pretty good. But when
Jackson Allen.
Jackson Allen's played extremely good footy the last 18 months or so. He's a well-rounded footballer. As that's dodged, like you were saying before.
Yeah.
Snaps in towards goal, just drifting across. Stackelberg couldn't get there for the first point of the afternoon. As looks like Aspley moves to 0-1, one behind. 1 point to Palm Beach yet to score. We played just over 1.5 minutes as Palm Beach look to come out of defence.
They will. It'll be through Marcus White. Goes round the outer side. Play could have been held. The umpire said no. That was McBurney again. They dive on top and the umpire says, I'll have it. Thank you, boys.
Geez, look at the numbers around that footy too. When the ball hit the deck, there were plenty of numbers for both sides. The pressure seems to be up early, and that's exactly what Palm Beach need to bring.
Sensational atmosphere at the ground as well. Packed around the what do we call that? The bistro end? Or?
The club end of the ground.
Yeah.
As it was a good tackle laid by Jackson Allen too, was able to lock that ball up for Aspley as both ruckmen go up once more. Walber's trying to get the clearance, couldn't get it on that occasion as Palm Beach go bang, laid a beautiful tackle there as the umpire comes in once more to throw that one up. And it's interesting too, they're pretty much playing one-on-one behind the footy at the moment. Walber's again gets a clearance. Hacks the ball forward, ball bounces over the head. Plenty of numbers for Palm Beach. Aspley trying to get the clearance. Here we go. Hack kick forward towards the goal square. That could be a mark. No, great work by Palm Beach. Front centre is Dodge. Handball's back inside. Palm Beach had the numbers though. Looking to switch through handball. And they should get the clearance out defensive 50.
Through White. White's kick is a good one. Spots up a teammate there. Now they can switch it and bring it out to Granville. Granville now takes a mark for Palm Beach. His kick's a good one. Spots up Jack Stringer. Stringer got a man in short. Kick finds him, no problem at all. McInerney wheels and goes on the right. And he's got a loose player at half forward, and that's Ty Hayes.
I think it's Patterson, actually, number 79.
Oh, 79, I beg yours, Dylan Patterson. And what a live wire. This kid, I believe, is 15 years of age. And they reckon it could be absolutely anything.
Well, he's got the look about him. And
I think it's his second or third game, Dylan Patterson.
Realistically, too, Aspley just didn't pay him any respect whatsoever. They
No.
found space, and he ran straight through the middle of the ground and took the mark. As he launches towards goal now, right to the line, just gets pushed over for a rush behind. As scores a level here, just over 4 minutes into the first quarter. We've got level pegging as Aspley has the first chance to come out of defence.
As you said earlier, Kane, really man on man, so they want to try and lock this in. They can, Palm Beach. The kick, well, it's a little bit off skew, but luck's a fortune. They get the mark through Henderson.
Now, this is the next kick, isn't it? Because he's really had to slow down. He's going to go down the line. All these numbers fly at the footy. No one can take a clear mark. Ball rolls over for another boundary throw-in. Now, again, this one-on-one play at the moment, I think it works into Palm Beach's hands because, you know, we're so used to seeing, and it looks like Liam Dawson is so good at intercepting, and he just really hasn't been able to push off his direct opponent at all early in this game to get his intercept game going, which is a major win for Palm Beach.
Had over 20 intercepts the last 2 weeks. Kick there, partly smothered by Walbers, so he should go back and get it. Hayden picks up the ball now, feeds it off to Joseph. Joseph couldn't take, putting a good tackle there was young Dylan Patterson. He's getting himself involved. And
geez, it looks like a lively character, doesn't he?
He does, yep.
Patterson?
We mentioned just the 15 years of age. They work the ball nicely here. Here's a chance.
Good
They can go through
kick.
it in towards full forward, and you heard it.
Jeez. Number 36. And we haven't
O'Dwyer.
O'Dwyer.
William O'Dwyer. Just got him off the team sheet. Otherwise, we're in trouble. But
He was so good, he could have launched the ball at goal, but he just lowered the eyes and hit Stackelberg lace out for his first shot of the day. Talking about him pre-game. Right foot kick.
ooh, he's missed it.
Unfortunately, he's off the mark for another point, and they've got the 1 point lead. Aspley, no goals, two behinds, 2 points. Palm Beach, just the one solid behind. We played almost 6.5 minutes in the first quarter, and both these sides are almost starting to cancel each other out in these early stages.
They are, so they bring the ball back in. Palm Beach, they've got players out wide. They want to use them. Ty Hayes, young fella on debut. He's on the wing out here, but they
Here
kick to a
comes Dawson.
2-on-1. Yeah, Dawson. He normally would clunk those, wouldn't he, as you mentioned. They feed the ball back to Dawson.
Look at that for a switch.
Now, look at that. Kick is a beauty to Wesley Black, who can wheel and go onto his left boot. Kick up towards half forward. Should have been chopped off there by Hayes. Couldn't complete the mark. Ball comes back in his vicinity. It's just bobbling around. Now Hayden. Jordan Hayden can go on towards full forward for Stackelberg. Couldn't complete the mark. Ball spills to ground level. Little faint
Good
handball.
tackle.
That's prior opportunity.
No.
Says no, says the umpire. And no free kick forthcoming. So we'll have a ball up around about 40 metres out.
That was Dodge again getting that front and centre, but it was great for Palm Beach's defence just to lock him down before he really had a chance to get the ball on boot. There's Dodge again getting pushed over the line. Another boundary throw in. And again, it's just interesting how both of these sides set up behind the ball early on. They do have a spare. Number 22, I'll have to get back to you on that. Lane Brown is just set up behind off the contest here. He almost gets the footy. Ball rolls over for another boundary throw in. Wolvers is the one for me. If he can get around the ground and start taking some contested marks, and you got Dawson right here, another spare man. Just
Yeah, I'm surprised by Dawson being spare. You'd think he'd almost be worth tagging. Batchelor gets the ball in towards full forward. Off hands, no mark taken. Shot in towards
Stackelberg.
goal. It's Stackelberg, and he gets the first of the afternoon.
Jeez, it just went over the head of that Palm Beach defender, didn't he? He got himself into a spot to intercept that kick inside 50. Wasn't able to get hands on ball. Straight in the hands of Stackelberg, and a great right foot snap from a long way out. Went straight over the goal umpire's head for the first goal of the afternoon. Aspley 1-2-8, leading Palm Beach by 7 points, one solitary behind. And great start by the Aspley Hornets. But it was the first, we've seen the last couple of minutes, they have lowered their eyes trying to hit targets inside 50 rather than blaze away.
Yep.
Palm Beach seem to be hacking the ball at every opportunity, trying to get the ball to ground, get their small numbers.
Well, they probably like the chaos ball
Exactly.
going in forward a bit more, don't they?
They seem to
have
be a lot more
of tall
comfortable.
timber. Yeah.
They seem to be a lot more comfortable with the chaos ball rather than hitting a target lace out. But Aspley's won the tap out on that occasion. They should get the clearance here. Oh, gets tackled late. No free kick. Great pickup by O'Dwyer. Chips, but gets intercepted by Palm Beach. Coming back out of defence on that far side. This could get intercepted as well. Ends up in the hands of Aspley. Launches the ball forward. Plenty of numbers for Palm Beach. Great intercept mark there by the Lions once more.
They can bring it out of defence. That's okay. Got Granville. Granville's got a player riding shotgun, but he goes to the young fella on Dylan Patterson. Started the game well. Now Patterson switches, and that's a good kick. He's got plenty of penetration on that one. They feed the handball back inside to AJ Dawson. Now they can
That's better.
go up forward. Yep, that's Ty Hayes.
Oh, look
young
out.
boy on debut.
Great
Fed it
tackle.
off. And that's a turnover, and it'll come back with interest.
Oh, unfortunately, though, the ball couldn't get to Stackelberg.
No.
He was one out, couldn't get near the footy. As Palm Beach have got the numbers here, looking to come in board. Kicks the ball. Oh, should have taken the mark there. Threw one hand up at it.
Oh, they're going to cough it up.
Fumbly handball now in the hands of Aspley. Here we go. Handball's back. That was Harker. Great kick inside 50. That's got to be front on contact and is. against a young man. Free kick will go to Dodge, and he's probably 48 out on a slight angle. Now
Dodge.
He's a pretty good kicker, the footy, Dave.
Has he got the journey? He's probably got to kick it from almost right on 50, doesn't he?
Look, he's the only.
Is it a genuine 50? That's the other thing I want to ask.
Well, that's a good question. It probably is a genuine 50, but Dodge is a reasonable kick for footy, but you'd probably see him try and get that run around arc and bring it back. There's not a lot of breeze to speak for at the moment as Dodge comes in now. Right foot kick. That's going towards goal, but it's coming back towards the boundary, so that's another point as they move to 139, leading by 8 points. And here's a chance for Palm Beach to go get the footy out of here, right now. Because Aspley, once that pressure starts building, they could have major opportunities to kick multiple goals. As that's great defensive work by the Hornets on that occasion. Punches the ball over the line.
Yeah, Scalage, that was Marcus White, was looking for Scalage. Was fisted away. The interchange is working overtime here. I don't know if they've got any caps on interchanges at this level,
I think they do. I think it's similar to AFL footy, but I could be wrong. With that. I'll have to double check that at quarter time.
Batchelor gets it forward just inside 50 again. So doing all the attacking at the moment, the Hornets. As ruckwork goes, White's kick was smothered. He gets a second go at it. This time he just hacks it forward. Now, what's the umpire going to pay? Is it going to be a free kick? Was it out of bounds on the full?
Was out on the full.
Okay, against White. So free kick coming back the other way, going through.
Great work there.
Just trying to pick up that player, Hunter Hall. Hunter Hall it was, yep. So they gets worked forward. In the end, Liam Dawson gets a kick back up towards attacking.
Batchelor's grabbing a shoulder. He could be in real trouble here for Aspley. That could be a major blow for the Hornets early in this contest.
The skipper.
As he comes off the ground, grabbing at that left shoulder. Got absolutely crunched in the contest with Hall earlier, as it looks like. Reece Toy's taking a mark down the ground. He'll be lining up probably 45 out, directly in front. Right foot kick. That's coming back beautifully. Look at that. Goal number 2 for the Aspley Hornets. First one to Toy. They moved to 2-3-15. Palm Beach just the one solitary behind as we played just on 13.5 minutes in the first quarter. And it's just interesting. Palm Beach really can't get sort of past the centre line at the moment, can they, Hammer?
No, I think they've only had one inside 50, and of course that was a set shot by Patterson, just for their only score. But yeah, I've got that down as their only inside 50 at the moment. So.
It's one thing I've noticed early on too, Hammer, that Aspley's been really good at trying to slow down that switch of play early in this game. Palm Beach are trying to switch back and forth from either side of the ground to open up some space, but the forward pressure from Aspley has been able to at least slow it down to a point, so the likes of Dawson can set up behind the footy.
Now Harrison got did the ruck work and got it out.
This is looks like Harker's got it.
Harker, yep, for the Hornets. Just on the back of the centre line, got a player out wide. That's okay. Finds Leighton Brown. Brown, he'll go back and find Liam Dawson.
Now, again, it's a sort of...
He's got plenty of tape on him, hasn't he, Dawson? But he's got Hayden in short.
Now
He's actually got Jordan Arnold in the middle. Chooses not to go there, so he goes back. They'll create the switch now through Wosley Black. They might have to bring it back again. No, goes for the handball to Jasper Craven. Of course, father played at St Kilda back in the 80s, one of my little favourites. Same number as well, his father wore, number 14.
Yep, another...
Danny Craven.
I think one of the original Brisbane Bears players as well, Danny Craven.
Yes, spot on. They work it up now through Dawson.
Look at that for a handball.
Yeah, it was fantastic, wasn't it? Finds Brown. Brown delivers in towards the forward pocket. Looking for a free kick. None of it coming. Rayner snaps to the top of the square. Here's a chance. Gets fisted away and will go over the line for a boundary throw in right forward pocket.
Now
Underneath the scoreboard that reads 2-3-15 Aspley, Palm Beach 1 behind, and we've played just over 15 and a half minutes here. In the opening term, it's up Aspley Oval.
Now, and again, another one of those situations, Palm Beach defenders have been able to get solid contact on trying to clear the ball. That's a brilliant tackle, though, by Aspley trying to lock that ball in. But they're not sort of just tapping the ball to ground. They've been able to really punch the ball clear, open up some space for the halfbacks to run onto as well. As the ball gets locked up once more, should be, and is. Umpire will come in. And it's one thing, we haven't seen too many broken tackles in the early stages of this first quarter either, as Walbers tries to get the clearance. But Palm Beach do on that occasion, bit of a hack kick. Could have taken the mark there, not paid. Here's some open space.
Yep.
Here
Granville.
we go for Palm Beach. Granville.
Get the free kick.
Well,
Yep.
almost had to do that, Dawson, didn't he? There was plenty of open space just to hold him up. Palm Beach looked to go inside attacking 50. No one can get their hands on the footy. This is Wosley Black. Handballs it out, and Aspley clears once more.
They will. Got a player out wide there. That looks like Dawson. Is it again over there?
Yep.
Heavily strapped.
You can definitely tell with that right shoulder strapping, can't you?
You can. Liam Dawson goes with the long kick down the line. So 2-on-1 doing well was McInerney. Couldn't complete the mark. And they've got numbers around there. Macaulay Lonigan. He feeds out a handball there for the Aspley Hornets.
That was Harker out there getting bundled over the boundary line. But look at this on this broadcast side. There is absolutely no one. Everyone is sort of forward of centre as you're viewing it, as we're viewing it. And there's equal numbers behind the footy. There's equal numbers in front of the footy, and plenty of numbers around the contest. So, just interesting ploy for both these sides in the coach's box in these early stages as Palm Beach get a bit of room now, though. Kick inside 50. Can't hit the target, though. Handballs over the head. Dawson should be good enough to clear, and is towards Wosley Black. Is that deliberate? No. Decides to throw the ball back in. As, again, the numbers coming off the ground. Plenty for both sides. As Palm Beach really the second opportunity inside 50. Can they get their first goal on the board?
Will Walbers, he's certainly got the height, the advantage in the ruck stocks. And again, he slaps it with a big left palm over there for Lonigan, who picks it up now. Lonigan feeds the handball off to Hayden. Hayden's handball's good. Finds
ran out of room there. Over the line for another boundary throw-in. But again, their use of handball, they don't have to break stride. They're hitting their targets early in this game coming off half-back, which creates most of their run. They love to come off half-back, create through that corridor, easy for Stackelberg to lead up at the guy with the footy. As Walbers tries to get that tab out again, but he gets locked up. The ruck contest is a real interesting one as well. I like McNally early on.
If they grab him out of the ruck and get tackled,
I think that
was their prior.
Yeah, this is Harker now.
Yep.
As we're still trying to work out if that rule is actually still in place. Palm Beach has got that extra number behind the footy. Mark taken now. Does he want to go through the corridor? Yes, he does. Kicks it up now. That's Lease. Bit of a hack kick forward. That's a shocking kick.
Poor build-up, wasn't it?
Yes, it was. And that's Nellis, the other co-captain for the Aspley Hornets. Chips the ball over. That was to Allen. Allen kicks the ball in board. This is Hayden. Hayden, again, trying to chip the ball through the corridor. Do they want to pull the trigger and go quick? No, they're going to decide to go a little bit slower. This is Brown again. He's had some touches since he came on the ground. Back to Nellis.
Oh, what's he
Nellis
done?
looking for Arnold. Chips over his head. Says, sorry, mate. Didn't mean to do that one. The ball rolls over for another boundary throw-in.
So we've played just on 20 minutes here in the opening term. Entertaining opening term. 2-3-15. One behind to Palm Beach. Aspley leading it by 14 points. Walbers again hacks it back. Good tap work.
Toy could have lined up and absolutely poleaxed that bloke with a footy. Decided not to. Just put some hands around him. So, bit of duty of care from Toy on that occasion, which is good to see.
Walbers this time grabs it out of the ruck. Just gets a boot to ball, which probably saved him from being penalised. Cornish feeds out the handball, the skipper. Palm Beach, they work it towards the boundary line. We'll have a throw in.
And it looks like Batchelor's back on the ground. He might have got a bit of a stinger in that left shoulder, so he looks to be okay. He's come back on the ground, that midfield role. Walbers is definitely getting plenty of tap-outs, but they're not really to advantage at this stage in these early parts, so McNally's done pretty well. There's a handball over the top now. Here's a chance. That was Brown once more. Hacks the ball forward. Another intercept mark for Palm Beach.
Harrison Day.
And that was through Harrison Day.
Oh, his kick is dangerous, so he goes back. Almost went through from behind in the end. Now it's going to be chopped off, and Stackelberg takes the simplest of marks and was gifted a gift.
Now, I don't know what was going on there, because I tell you, there would have been 2 or 3 extra numbers for Palm Beach.
Yep.
In pretty decent spots coming out of defensive 50, and there was one bloke.
It was like Stackelberg called for it.
Who had a chance, exactly. Stackelberg, the only Aspley player within reach of the ball, as he comes now, right foot snap.
Nope. Might have missed a lot, I think.
He has missed a lot. Not the best percentage kick from that part of the ground.
Might have just got it in the belly, I think. But
here we go, Palm Beach again. Try to switch the play. That was through Dawson. AJ Dawson on that occasion.
Oh, well done.
Great work by Aspley, though.
Yep.
This is Toy. Saw an extra number on that far side. Coming into 50 now. Plenty of numbers around this footy. Someone launches of the ball. Didn't quite catch who that was.
That was Pepin.
That was Pepin. Palm Beach come trying to clear. And a great contested mark there by the Palm Beach player. Got absolutely crunched in the contest.
A beauty, wasn't it?
But he
one of the smallest players on the ground
just
as well.
moved his body at the last minute just to protect the drop of the ball. But again, Harker intercepts the ball for Aspley. Comes back in board. Few extra numbers for the Hornets here. That was actually Bentley.
Yeah.
Bentley's named as an emergency, so he's come in at the last minute.
Late change there by the look of it. Finds Jordan Arnold. Arnold's kick is okay.
This is Batchelor.
He finds Batchelor, as you mentioned, back on the ground. It'll take his best kick, you would imagine. He decides not to go for it. He goes in short. And they just left a bit of room there, didn't they? The Palm Beach boys. And Connell Stackelberg just said thank you very much. Just let into the open space, and in the end, it was almost an uncontested mark.
Geez, Hammer, you were talking to me, you're asking me pre-game about the number of players, and this is one bloke I definitely mentioned.
Yeah.
His ability to launch at the footy, take it at the highest point in his hands more times than not. He's one of the best facilitators of that skill in the game.
And a good finisher as well, as he puts it straight over the goal umpire's hat. He gets his second of the term, and more importantly, he gets the Hornets their third.
3-3-21, Palm Beach, the one solitary behind. We played right on 24 minutes in this opening quarter. But like I was saying about Stackelberg, he almost ran past 3 Palm Beach defenders and was still able to launch at the footy, take a contested mark.
That's where it'd go. That'd be the...
It was the one
He's the most dangerous player in the forward 50.
It was the one place you could probably go going inside 50. Palm Beach knew that, had the numbers almost going in the space. But everyone stopped.
They were all flat-footed,
Stackelberg just ran straight past them, took an easy overhead mark, and a great finish on that occasion. And Aspley, again, just going about their usual business. Palm Beach are trying hard, but they just can't get that.
No,
that last kick inside 50 has been pretty poor by them in this late stages of the first quarter. And the last 5 minutes, Aspley have sort of gone bang, bang. Set up
and they're really
pretty
setting it up
handy
from
lead.
the half-back line, aren't they? They're just doing as they like and then bringing them back through the corridor. And
again, all of a sudden, you got the likes of Liam Dawson staying to intercept. Batchelor's starting to win the ball in the middle of the ground. Toy's starting to be influential. And then you look at Palm Beach. Other than the young bloke who I've been really impressed with, Dylan Patterson, who, again, is a 15-year-old.
Yep.
But he's had probably 4 or 5 really good possessions early on. Other than that, I haven't seen any real standouts for the Lions.
Kick. There's another one for Stackelberg, I think.
Yes, it is.
He's held without the football and slung to the ground. And he can get his third for the opening term. He's only 30 metres out 45-degree angle. Yeah, they're really getting beaten badly in centre bounces too, aren't they? At the moment, Palm Beach. So got to find a way just to hold it up. As Stackelberg for goal number 3 of the term. Goal umpire does not move an inch. He gets his third, and the Hornets get their 4th.
And again, look, they're trying really hard, but it's always that hack kick, isn't it, forward? Or even out from half-back. They're trying to run it through handball and trying to switch the play, but no one's really found open space. Like I was saying before, Aspley's been able to shut that part of the game down, slow them right up, so it's down the line all the time. They're not being able to change the angles, going inside 50, and the likes of, you know, Liam Dawson again is just following the line of the footy and being able to intercept it well, and then they just build it across half-back. Push it down. Stackelberg's taken 2 or 3 contested marks, kicked 3 goals in this opening stanza. Palm Beach really got to get the next one.
Could be in for a big day, Connor Stackelberg. It's an undersized rucks go at it in the middle again, and it's going to be Wolvers. Grabs it out and feeds off a handball. They can go forward again, this time through Lonigan. Lonigan to Stackelberg. Couldn't complete the mark, spills off hands. That's okay, finds Scarledge. He feeds off the handball to Harrison. Harrison goes this away, that away, back to Fraser. Fraser now goes backwards again. It'll work out okay for Cornish. And the kick's a good one, and Zach Harrison's got it across half-back.
Zach Harrison, another one of those Palm Beach sort of A-grade players, and there's not a lot of them on their team list at the moment because...
And this is what...
The vast amount of injuries they've had. Exactly. This hack kick forward, and it's almost the perceived pressure. They're not really under major pressure.
They're just turnovers, really.
It's perceived pressure. The foot skills have been off.
Yep.
And they're just, you know, the one Aspley bloke in vicinity, they seem to be hitting late South Palm Beach, which is really disappointing early as Aspley looked to come back towards 50, and all of a sudden...
Marcus White. He's been good. He's actually been probably their best in the opening term. Should be a free kick. The umpire said, yep.
The 15-year-old gets crunched.
For young Dylan Patterson.
That's coming back.
Yeah, let the kid have a possession. You don't want.
Well, he's probably had 5 or 6 in this first quarter, so he's had a pretty good start. But
their only score as well, hasn't he, Patterson?
Exactly
and then
right.
The kick. That's a good one. Finds a debutant in Ty Hayes as well.
Ty Hayes.
The young kid's working in tandem.
No, this is Hayes going to go down the line. Pretty easy for Aspley defence. Toy should be called holding the ball. No. As he gets held up. But again, the game that when the ball hits the deck, it's all Aspley, isn't it?
Yeah.
And unfortunately, when it goes sort of forward of centre for Aspley, they're dominating in the air as well. So Palm Beach really got to start switching on. Look at Aspley here. Hacks the ball forward. No one within QE. Stackelberg couldn't get to the contest. Looks to come across the ground. Should handball over the top. Decides to kick in board. That's a better kick. Can he handball it off? Move the ball a little bit quicker. Decides to hold it up. Got to move the ball quicker, mate. As he looks to switch across the ground. Might get here, though, Aspley. No. Comes through now, Palm Beach. Little chip forward, and that's a shocking kick.
And that's been the story of their opening term, hasn't it? For them, the kick is okay. Should find a teammate in Freeman. Freeman now feeds off the handball. Finds Toy. Handball over the top. They got players riding shotgun. It'll be Dodge. He's just told to square it up, but he takes a shot at goal, I think, in the end, Dodge. And ball just stays alive. So they should be able to clean up here, Palm Beach, and they do. And they bring the ball back in short where the skipper, Cornish, takes the mark, the captain.
Cornish has had a fair bit of the footy across our back, but again, the hack kick forward, Batchelor intercepts. Batchelor just decides to slow the ball down a little bit. He's probably looking for Stackelberg. Just launches the ball high as the siren goes for quarter time. Aspley 4-3-27 to Palm Beach, the one solitary behind, 1 point. Quarter time action here, round 10 QAFL between the Aspley Hornets and the Palm Beach Currumbin Lions. We'll be back for second quarter action in a few moments.
Yeah, they're not going to get a hit out.
Welcome back to round 10 QAFL action between the Aspley Hornets and the Palm Beach Currumbin Lions. Aspley 4-3-27. Palm Beach have kicked the solitary behind in that first quarter. About to start the second quarter, but got big Bill Walbers, and you got Jed Harrison, the very undersized pinch-hitting ruckman for Palm Beach. The injuries have been shocking for Palm Beach this year. So many numbers out of the
25.
team. 25 injuries, including their number one ruckman in the first week of the season. His first touch broke his leg in 3 places. Really bad to see. Aspley gets the first clearance. Launches the ball forward. 40 metres out. Couldn't take the mark. They could be holding the ball. Palm Beach trying to get the ball out. Another hack kick though. Walbers is going to intercept this one. On this broadcast side wing. Got the numbers through that corridor. Go out a little bit wider, and he has. Runs inside 50, 45 out, left foot kick. That could be a goal. And it is. That's exactly what the Aspley coaching staff would have wanted. First goal of the second quarter goes to the Aspley Hornets. They move to 5-3-33, I believe. Palm Beach, one solitary behind. That took 1 minute.
Was that Dawson that kicked the goal as well, I think?
It might have been Dawson coming through. Yes,
No, Daniel Joseph.
Daniel Joseph got that one. 5-3-33. Palm Beach, one solitary behind.
It's funny, they've both got the right shoulder heavily strapped.
They got the right shoulder heavily strapped. But even looking at, I mean, you got Walbers in the ruck. You've got Harker in that midfield group. You know, they're just undersized at the moment, Palm Beach. And not saying they're not trying hard, but sometimes, you know, the harder you try, the worse it gets, as Walbers might get this clearance as well. Great tackle laid. That's holding the ball. Here's a chance for Palm Beach to get that goal back. They really need to get their first one on the board fairly quickly. This score could blow out. As they go inside attacking 50, plenty of numbers. And guess who? Liam Dawson once again.
Dawson goes in short. The kick's a good one. Spots up a teammate there in Joseph. It was Joseph, actually, that kicked that last goal, number 20. Finds Big Walbers again. Now, has he been called to play on? If he has, that's holding the ball. And it is. And Jack Granville, well, I'm not sure he did play on.
Jeez, that was a bit unlucky.
He was a bit unlucky,
wasn't it?
Granville goes in short. They've just got to work their way through this now, Palm Beach. The kick from Harrison up towards full forward.
Look at that for a grab. That's Dawson.
And that's Dawson again.
And again, Dawson was just set up perfectly to intercept. Pardon me, that one.
Yep.
Wasn't he?
He finds Henderson, who in turn finds Reece Toy, who can get and go now, Toy, if he wants to. Decides to go to Hayden over the top on the outer side. Hayden wheels onto the right boot, kicks up towards half forward there, looking for Rayner. Can he get there, Rayner? He can't. White does pretty well in the end. He'll mop up. And Currumbin can come out of defence again with a kick back in towards the corridor. Finds AJ Dawson.
Now, White's been the impressive one for Palm Beach, hasn't it? That's almost a better kick. Couldn't hit the target. Palm Beach hacked the ball forward, but intercepted fairly well with the Palm Beach defence. This is Harrison. Harrison launches inside 50, but again, that half-back line for Aspley just intercepting everything at the moment as they try to go on that far side. Look at the space now. AJ Dawson was able to slow that down. Toy's got it now. Between wing and half forward, chips the ball forward.
Harker.
This is Harker once more. Harker kicks the ball inside 50, looking for, I believe it was Stackelberg, but the ball ends up towards his feet now, but they're able to lock the ball in. Which again, if you look at the mirror image, isn't it?
Yeah.
Every time Palm Beach go forward, the ball gets intercepted and they're able to run out.
Every time intercepted. And
when it comes down the other end, as a bit of a hack kick out mid-air. Ball rolls towards, hits the boundary post actually, so that's perfect for Aspley. But every time it goes in Aspley's forward line, they're able to lay a tackle, being able to lock the ball in for multiple periods of time and having multiple shots on goal. Here's Aspley once more. Palm Beach working their backsides off, trying to clear. They've got the extra number, but again, bit of a skill error. Hacks the ball out of defence. One-on-one contest. That's Dawson once more. Good pick up there. Almost got tackled. Ball rolling around. Palm Beach have got a few numbers around the ball, but Aspley again. Dawson once more kicks the ball through that corridor. That's great to Hayden.
And Hayden's got it in short. He's got Cohen Harker. He wants to feed the handball off. He does now towards Craven. Craven on the right boot in towards full forward. They should take the mark. No mark taken. The handball should come back to Stackelberg. Doesn't quite get to him. Gets chopped off. Palm Beach will get out of trouble, albeit very, 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 very shortly. And Lachlan Rayner takes the mark. He's
right on.
Brother of Callum Rayner.
I'm not quite.
He is.
I'm not. Well, there you go. And he's he looks probably about the same size as his brother too. He's probably not as bulky, but he's definitely got some height about him. As he's, the guy on the mark's standing right on 50. This is going to take a brilliant kick.
It's almost into the breeze as well, isn't it?
As he comes in now, not the best kick in the world towards the boundary line. And guess who?
That's Stackelberg.
No. Number 34.
Freeman.
That's Freeman down there. Not really. No one went up for Palm Beach at all in that contest, did it? Freeman was able to just casually walk in, take almost an uncontested mark on the boundary line. Palm Beach defence just got to be better. Someone's got to come over and launch at the ball, punch the ball over the line. Great snap, unfortunately. Hits the post. Palm Beach just got to get some consistency in their skill level in the second quarter.
Palm Beach haven't had an A mark inside their forward 50, have they?
They've had
the one behind.
They've had one.
And that was right on the range of 50 as well, wasn't it? So
this
they've
is
got to get a better
better
build up here. This looks a little bit better. Nicholson puts it out towards open space. Is it going to sit okay? They work hard. They dearly love just to get a stoppage inside forward 50, and they get one at least on this occasion.
Now, they had two spare numbers, Palm Beach, there. And unfortunately, again, slightly off with a kick. He has to stop and prop. Didn't get his hands on the footy, and Palm Beach were able to shut that forward thrust down as Palmy trying everything here.
This should be a goal. Oh, he's hit the post, has he?
Oh, yes, he has.
He has. That was Nicholson.
Left foot snap. But again, they're trying everything in the book at the moment, aren't they, Palm Beach? Trying to get that first one on the board. Hopefully they can get some momentum going. But at the moment, Aspley are just way too good. Here's Toy once more. Almost got the ball on the string at the moment. Chips the ball forward. This is Crawley. Crawley goes inside 50. Great effort there by the Palm Beach defence. Could get pushed in the back. No free kick pay. Hayden got the ball. Chips the ball forward. Great smother there. He's going to end up back with the ball, Hayden. Hayden chips the ball forward. And an easily uncontested mark, but he's on a really tight angle. And this is, again, number 36, and O'Dwyer, who started the game pretty well, I thought.
He has.
Chips the ball forward, and shocking defence by Palm Beach.
Jordan
and
Hayden.
Hayden probably touched the ball 5 or 6 times
in that passage,
in that passage of play. And he's ended up, 35 out on a slight angle to finish off the good work that he's had. And he's probably run 100 metres, and he's ended up with a shot on goal. Just really bad checking by Palm Beach on that occasion. And, if you're Palm Beach coaching staff, you'd be ripping out your hair at the moment because that just isn't good enough. As Hayden comes in now, right foot kick, comes back with the breeze, and just misses. Build him up, and all of a sudden put the mocky on him and miss that one. But again, Palm Beach trying to come out of defence. We played just on 9 minutes.
That's a good kick by White. Finds the debutant in Hayes. Hayes goes right across and back. Finds Dawson, AJ Dawson. Oh, dangerous kick. Puts it into the corridor. They're going to get out of it through Scarledge. His kick is a better one. Got a player on the outer side. No front-on contact, but it sits okay.
Look
That's
out.
all right for Patterson. Patterson gets around 1-2. Just got the poise. Goes on his left boot. Patterson, that's good. Player down behind Behind is Hunter Hall.
That's better.
That's the best build-up they've had so far, Palm Beach. Now they've got their second mark inside 50. Feeds off a handball to a player who was further out than him, but the kick's a beauty.
That's the first one for Palm Beach.
And that was AJ Dawson to finish it off. And by a long stretch, Kane, you would say that's their best build-up of the afternoon.
No, it definitely is. And we were talking a quarter time. AJ Dawson, when he can get front of centre, and he's either that last kick inside 50 or he can get close enough and launch the ball a goal. He's got very good foot skills, got a long range on his kicking ability, and finished that off so well. But they took those risks through that corridor, didn't they? Was able to feed the ball off. Patterson again.
And Patterson.
Clean
and just
with the footy.
And poised, wasn't he? He was just...
Clean skills, poise in his head, was able to set it up brilliantly, and AJ Dawson kicking the first one for Palm Beach. That's the one they needed. 5-5-35 to 1-2-8 Palm Beach. 10 minutes into the second quarter, sorry.
And Patterson, and I like that from the coach, Jess Sinclair, of course the former Kangaroo player, but he's got young Dylan Patterson starting at the centre bounce as well now, the young kid. Not afraid to put him straight in there. And, well, they just did pretty well in the ruck, though, didn't they? Lachlan Rayner gets it, kicks in towards full forward. Ball's got out the back.
That's a free kick. Yeah. Play on. No. Stackelberg's going to get an easy one.
No, he's going to bring it back, the umpire.
Is he? Yes, he is. It would have been the easiest goal of Stackelberg's career, I reckon, if that was called play on. He's gone... It literally dropped at Stackelberg's lap about 10 metres out directly in front, and they didn't give advantage. So, again, this is O'Dwyer. O'Dwyer's probably been one of the best in the first half.
Yep. He has. Hasn't hit the scoreboard yet. Well, O'Dwyer, his kick, barely got it in for a behind in the end.
Jeez, he leant back on that kick, left foot. But, again... Aspley just laying him off the hook at the moment. Oh, shocking kick. Unfortunately, Aspley intercept again just outside 50, looking to feed the ball off.
For Lonigan.
Lonigan steps on his left side, right foot kick. No one there, though. Plenty of numbers for Palm Beach and runs over the line. That was AJ Dawson as he comes out quickly from defence. Good mark taken on that far side of the ground.
Was better. Hunter Hall.
And again, another one of those plays. He's done pretty well for Palm Beach. But again, the switcher play deep inside defensive 50 hasn't really worked for Palm Beach.
This is going to go out in the full, just
snuck it in. Dodge was good enough, again, to slow the ball down. Comes back in board. Pepin almost intercepted on that occasion. Comes Palm Beach now, chips at butt.
Granville.
Harker intercepts now. Could kick over the back towards Dodge. Dodge pushes the opponent off. Easy chest mark. And again, they're taking risks through the corridor, and it's the last place you want to have an intercept mark or a skill error, because... Harker on that occasion was able to just kick the ball exactly where it came from. Dodge, one-on-one, probably too strong in the body. Pushed off his direct opponent. Took an easy chest mark. Coming in now, 35 out. Right foot kick. Is that going to come back? No, it isn't.
You would have
Another
thought that
point?
Would,
yeah, you would.
I think the other thing with that, though, Kane, as well, like Palm Beach had 5 or 6 possessions in the back line, and they still can't get it out deep as they can't again this time. Lonigan picks up, kicks in towards full forward again. Fortunate for Palm Beach, offline.
Geez, they had two spare men in the goal square there, and the ball just didn't quite get there.
Yep.
So, again, another let-off for Palm Beach. They're peppering the goals at the moment, Aspley.
Dawson, dear me, AJ.
And Stackelberg's, again, another one of those situations. He's the only bloke within vicinity to intercept that ball, and he hit the ball straight down his throat, AJ Dawson. Another skill error for Palm Beach, and another shot on goal for Aspley. Stackelberg, I believe, is lining up for goal number 4. And this would be the perfect start, really, for one of his early comeback games for Connor Stackelberg. Comes in now, right foot kick.
He's
Is that
missed.
coming back? And
Nope.
he's missed. It's almost becoming infectious at the
That
moment for
is.
the Hornets. They're peppering the goals. They can't get a major. And again, 5-10, 5-10, 40, leading Palm Beach 1-2-8, 14 and a half minutes in the second quarter.
Ball comes back into play now. Dangerous. It goes over the top, but a chance for Palm Beach. Handball over the top was by Jed Harrison. Kick was a good one. They got players lining up. Bernie was there, and McNally, he takes the mark or feeds it off. Well, they got in their own way here. The Palm Beach boys, Zach Harrison was one of them. Now we've got a Stacks on the middle. What's the umpire? He's going to pay holding the ball. Said you just dived on top of it. And it's going to be a free kick for the Hornets back on centre wing.
Geez, Granville's just going space at the moment. He's got no idea who he's supposed to line up on.
Now they'll bring it back and around. They're going to do the switch around.
He's trying to set up as that spare, but he's not quite sure where he needs to go to. Because then he ends up in just no man's land. Batchelor ends up with a footy. He's lining up on Toy. Toy's running rings around him at the moment. Comes back with a fly of the ball. Great bravery there. Good tackle laid, though. That's Pepin.
But really bad talking, though. White was there. White was probably in best position to take the mark. And he had Pepin going back with the flight of the ball.
Pepin laid a brilliant tackle. Again, was able to just lock the ball in as Palm Beach smother the Aspley Hornet over the line. That's in Mitch Crawley. But again, they're just cleaning with the footy at the moment, the Hornets. When they get their ball in their hands, they're cleaner, they're playing smarter, and they're really reactive at the moment, the Lions. They've really got to try and get some clean possession. That's a head-high tackle, so here's a chance to come out. Just relieve the pressure valve at the moment. That's Cornish. Not the best kick through that corridor. Great handball, though. Plenty of numbers. Didn't get the handball off and literally kicks to no one. Dawson's going to be the first one to the drop of the ball and just chips the ball across the ground. Fumble there. Good pressure there by the Lions. Get possession back. Trying to look for the spare man inside 50. Couldn't get to him. Ball lands in the lap. Left foot snap. Oh, shocking drop mark there. Wasley Black gets foot to ball. Here's a chance now. Left foot snap. Rolls towards the points and rolls through for a minor score. That's 1-3.
Making hard work at trying to get a goal.
1-3-9. Trailing Aspley 5-10-40. 17 minutes into the second quarter. I mean, they've had a couple of chances in the second quarter, Palm Beach, but they've just been fumbling at the worst possible times.
See, that's a lovely kick in, almost to the centre of the ground. Got numbers there, Hayden. He's locked up in a tackle. The umpire says, I'll have it. Thank you, boys. 17 gone here in the second term. 31 points the margin. Favour of the Hornets.
Sorry, Hammer. Granville literally, to me, looks like a headless chook at the moment. He's no idea who he's lining up on.
Well,
good pressure there, though. That's a throw. Here's a chance for Palm Beach to go back forward. Chips the ball on that far side. Good mark taken. Dawson, it was either a mark or a free kick for chopping the arms. But again, Dawson sprinting back to get that spare man spot. They kick behind the play. Palm Beach going inside 50. They haven't had too many opportunities. Couldn't take the chest mark, though, on that occasion. Again, Aspley. But Palm Beach end up with a footy. Left foot snap. There's another one. There's their second goal.
Hunter Hall.
Well, that's reward for hard work, isn't it, for Hunter Hall? He's been one of their best. He's probably their second, probably one of their best, top two best players in this opening half. He's been brilliant for Palm Beach. So that's 2-3-15 Palm Beach, trailing Aspley 5-10-40. We've played almost 19 minutes in the second quarter. But you really can't see where the next goal is coming from for Palm Beach. They haven't got that key forward who can take a contested mark. They've had some opportunities. They've got themselves into good spots, but they're skill errors.
Yep.
That's all it comes down to. Either a drop mark or a missed kick or a missed handball. They've been really punished going the other way. It'd be interesting to see what the intercept scores were for Aspley. They've had plenty of shots on goal in the second quarter. Haven't had too many majors.
1 goal 7.
One goal 7 they've kicked in the second quarter.
Yeah, 1-7. So back in the middle we go again. Wolvers got the hit out. They're just starting to break even a little bit more here. Palm Beach back at the centre bounces, which I'm sure their defenders wouldn't mind because they could do with a little breather down there.
AJ Dawson pulled up a little bit sore from that ruck contest. He was a little bit ginger in his legs. Speaking of Dawson, he ends up with the ball now. Here's a chance for Aspley though, but Palm Beach have got some extra numbers around the contest at the moment. Able to lock the ball in. The one player I've not seen get a touch of the ball is Malaki Dumas. He's been nowhere to be seen this afternoon. As the ball drifting towards him now. Gets the handball out. Here's the young man. Handball's back to himself. Left foot snap. That could be goal of the year. Oh, jeez. Just off
pulled
line.
It back too far in the end.
But, gee.
But what an excitement machine he is, the young 15-year-old. The ball comes in for Crawley. Liked his game as well this afternoon. Mitch Crawley. Just sizing up his options. He's got Hayden in short. Goes with the left boot longer towards centre wing. Just getting a lot more break-even contests at the moment. Currumbin.
Cornish was there, got tackled. As here comes AJ Dawson. Kicks into his own man, into his back. Here's a young man again in Patterson. Just pushing the ball towards himself. Handball's over the top. This is Dumas now. Steps, weaves, dodges. Handballs to a teammate. Not the best kick off the boot towards the hot spot. But the numbers are with Aspley. Laser tackled. That could be in the back. No. Umpire decides to come in for a ball up. But
That's
that
been
was
much
a little
better,
bit.
Kane. They've been a lot better the last 6 or 7 minutes in this game, haven't they?
That was a little bit better from Palm Beach. But again, that's all this hack kick. Deep inside 50. Couldn't get to a teammate. Look at the numbers around the ball here for Aspley. That could be behind the ball. Ball just bobs out. I'm pretty sure this is Batchelor. Batchelor chips the ball towards one-on-one. Dawson's there. Can he get clean possession of the footy? Ball rolls towards the boundary line. Just rolls over.
Not a bad result, though. They get a forward 50 stoppage.
Now, this is where Palm Beach just need to build that wall across their half-forward line. Try and lock the ball in for the next 5 minutes. See if they can get another goal on the board. They've only kicked 2. They've had 6 scoring shots to 15. And we're not even at half-time yet. So, Aspley sort of slowly keeping them in the game at this point. It's only a 24-point lead. It's 4 goals. It's not impossible for the Lions.
Lonigan gets a kick back in towards the middle of the ground. Going hard. There was Harrison Day.
Oh, that was bad. He's clutching a shoulder.
He's got a free kick for it, though. Jack Granville. Handball. Sells his teammate into a lot of trouble. Now the kick's got to come over the top by Stringer. Finds White. White can get and go now. What can he do with this kick? Can he find a target inside 50? He goes long. Flyers are
Who
up
was that
everywhere.
launching of the ball? If that's Dawson again.
I've got a feeling it is. Yep.
He came out of nowhere to take that. Plenty of players launching the ball, and all of a sudden, how he ended up with the footy in his hands, I don't know.
Oh, his kick, though, was dangerous across the face of goal. Dumas was there. He couldn't complete the mark. The kick will come back to the top of the square to guess who? Dawson takes the simplest of marks.
I think he's still recovering from that marking contest. He was a little bit off
sore.
target coming out 50.
And the kick is not his best.
He's trying to take a breath, Dawson, isn't he? Just sucking the air back into his lungs. He's been off in his last 2 attempts at kicking. So just needs to take a breath now. He's set up behind the ball pretty well. But again, Palm Beach just across his half-forward line. It's his first possession from this ruck contest. Can they get first use of the footy? Wolbers gets the tap out there. Taps the ball forward. Tackle laid by the Hornets. No free kick paid. Here's a chance for the Lions. Launches the ball. 45 out. But again, Dawson good enough. Punts the ball over the line for another boundary throw in. Another forward stoppage for the Lions. We've played just over 24 minutes in the second quarter. Can they get the next one, Palm Beach? Can they go into halftime with a bit of confidence, knowing the margin isn't that great
No,
going
if they can
into
get
the
it back
second
to
half?
3 goals would be a sensational effort after the opening term. Ball goes forward for him.
Here's
Here's
a
an
chance.
opportunity. Kick comes from Stringer. Goes to the top of the square. No mark taken. Ball fisted away. Going through. There was Leighton Brown. He couldn't complete it. Puts his teammate under enormous pressure. They're doing well. They're hanging in here, Palm Beach, for the time being. They'll get a stoppage. Centre half forward.
Jeez, it's that last kick, though, isn't it? It's either just off the boot or just misses a target, Palm Beach. They're trying so hard at the moment to get back into this contest. Little hack kick forward. No one can get clean possession. Ball gets locked up once more. Another forward stoppage. They've probably had 4 or 5 in the last couple of minutes, Palm Beach. Hasn't really had another shot on goal, though, which would be disappointing. But here's a chance. Wolbers in the ruck again. Wins the tap out. Straight to Harker with a bit of an open space. And almost kicks the ball to space. This is Palm Beach now. Stop, start. Handball's out wide. Puts his teammate under
The
pressure.
handball was terrible.
That's a free
They're
kick,
lucky
though.
they're getting a free kick, but handball just didn't hit the target.
Geez, that was McBurney too. Just didn't need to give the handball away.
And even this sort of kick, I'm not sure this is the right thing to be doing either. They just don't quite have the skill level to pull it off at the moment. Scarledge,
shocking
his
kick.
He's going to turn it over as well.
O'Dwyer?
Yep.
Oh,
Couldn't keep the ball alive, and it goes over the line for a boundary throw-in.
jeez. I mean, we're commentators and we're sort of ripping our hair out a little bit. The little bit of hair
It's a
I've got
skill.
left.
Yeah,
But
I'm
I
not
can
far
only
behind
imagine
you.
what Sinclair would be thinking in that coach's box. He'd be bouncing off the walls at the moment, the Lions coach. But, I mean, and again, it took, 2 kicks for Aspley to get back inside attacking 50? As the ball goes up, Palm Beach again trying to come out of defence. Dawson
Guess who?
once more. Guess who? That's probably his 8th or 9th contested mark in the half. He's best on ground for Aspley at the moment. Look at that for a kick.
It was perfect.
Almost got to Stackelberg. Couldn't take a mark. Ball rolling around. Here's Batchelor. Batchelor back outside 50. Hacks the ball forward. One-on-one contest. No one can get clean possession. Handball's back in. Tackle laid. Locked in for another ball up. And all of a sudden, the last minute, Aspley's locking the ball inside there, attacking 50. And look at Harker right here. Kick behind the ball, all on his own. The ball's going to probably end up in his lap. They don't use him though. Left foot hack kick towards goal. Is that going to get there? It does! Crawley. And again, all the effort there from Palm Beach for the last probably 5 or 6 minutes. First chance Aspley had, Harker was able to get the ball into his attacking 50. They were able to lock the ball in for a couple of forward stoppages. It's just too easy in the end. Left foot hack kick. No one on the goal line. No one on that last line defence. Ball rolls through. Another goal to the Hornets. And they've kicked their 6th. I believe that's 6-10-46. They are 30-point leaders. 5 goals the margin. Palm Beach 2-4-16. Played almost 28 minutes into the second quarter.
Good one for the Hornets. Takes their tally for the term to 2 goals 7 as opposed to 1 goal 3. They really could have put this game to bed, the Hornets. It was 7 goals 2, and it'd be all over. Up they go again in the ruck. That time it was Lachlan Rayner grabbing it out and was tackled. The umpire said,
No,
it's
bringing
got to
it
come
back.
back.
And how's that? A Palm Beach forward is an open space right onto an easy chest mark. They decided to bring the ball back. Rayner gave away the free kick on that occasion.
The undersized ruckman, Jed Harrison.
He's done well in this second quarter. Considering the role they've asked him to play, he's done pretty well in this second quarter.
Oh, that's a beautiful kick too.
Kicks the ball forward.
Finds Lees. Feeds off the handball. That's okay to Stringer. Stringer kicks in towards, probably more centre forward by the time he got there.
But
Just outside
Dawson again
50.
was able to intercept. He's had so much time just lining up in line with the direction the ball's coming inside attacking 50. They're moving the ball so slowly. And the ball's in the air for so long. Dawson's able to intercept it well at the moment.
As the ball Comes back in, handball over the top was okay. Finds Harker. Kick goes around towards the centre wing. Oh, high flyers are up. No mark was completed by Freeman. That was a good effort, though. Oh, players put their body on the line. That was wonderful stuff. Ball comes out, though, for the Hornets. They can go forward this time. Kick goes in towards full 40s. Is that not Craven? That might be O'Dwyer, I reckon, isn't it?
No.
Oh, no, Dodge. Sorry.
Now, geez, again, when the ball hit the deck there, Aspley got possession of the ball. There was six Hornets running forward to the footy. As the halftime siren goes, Dodge isn't going to be able to arc around like he sometimes does. So they'll have a kick after the siren to extend the lead for the Hornets. 6-10-46, 30-point margin at the moment. Right foot kick. And again, he's missed a lot. So we've got halftime here. Aspley, 6-10-46. Palm Beach, 2-4-16. 30 points the margin.
Do you want the goal kickers before we go to the break?
Yeah, we'll have the goal kickers before the break.
Stackelberg with 3 and singles to Crawley, Toy, Daniel Joseph as well. While for the Lions, AJ Dawson in Hunter Hall are the goal scorers there. We're going to take a quick break here at Aspley Oval, and we'll be back with all the action in the third quarter.
My name's James Strybos. I started umpiring at the Jindalee Jags Football Club. I've been going for about 20 years now, and I'm now just becoming an AFL umpire.
So I'm Matthew Young. I've been umpiring for 17 years now. Started at Jindalee Jaguars, also into the QAFL, into the NEFL, VFL, and then finally in the AFL.
Hi, my name's Andrew. I started umpiring at the Aspley Hornets Football Club. I've been umpiring for close to 11 years, and now I'm umpiring AFL football.
I was influenced by my dad. He was running around in Queensland at the time, and then the local footy club at Jindalee wanted some club umpires, so I thought it was a great opportunity to earn a little bit while I could. So I started in club umpiring, and then really quickly kind of found myself wanting to get involved in the Brisbane Juniors, so then made my way through that pathway all the way into senior footy up here in Queensland.
So we started playing together back at Jindalee Jaguars, and he had a history of umpiring in his family with his old man, and seeing James umpire as well got me involved into umpiring. So to now share that experience that we've had for so long, 15 years or whatever it is, 16 years, to now umpire, and hopefully we get to do a game together at AFL level, which will be awesome.
I started playing at Aspley at under-8s football, and then when I got to about under-13s, I started my club umpiring journey there just to make a bit of extra money. Probably like a lot of umpires, I realised that I was a lot better at umpiring than I was at playing, so to get to any sort of decent level, I knew that it wasn't going to be through playing, it was going to be through umpiring, so it was a pretty easy decision in the end.
Down at Jindalee, it was a pint of Coke, whether it was a scoreboard or club umpiring or goal umpiring. I used to run about 3 or 4 games a weekend and enjoy the 3 or 4 pies and Cokes, which was fantastic. I'm glad it's changed a little bit now.
Absolutely, give it a go. I didn't have a whole lot of interest when I was playing footy until friends and whatnot started umpiring, and then I just loved it from day one. So I think it's a great opportunity for you to build confidence in yourself. There's so many range of areas where you can develop yourself outside of footy as well, and helps you in life in general. So give it a go for sure. It's a journey that I'm so thankful that I took up at a young age.
Obviously the 3 of us getting put on this year, and there's already 2 on the list at the moment, so to have a good strong contingent of Queensland umpires on the list is fantastic, and to do it with 2 guys that I've kind of come through the ranks with and umpired a lot of football with, it's really good.
It's been a long road to get to this position, and when the phone call came through, I was pretty speechless, and even now talking about it, it's still very exciting, and really just looking forward to what challenges are ahead with it.
I think it's probably commitment is the number one thing. A lot of people have a lot of talent and a lot of people have a lot of promise, but I think if you can combine that with commitment and getting everything right off the field and putting in 100% like everything, I think that's probably what it takes is to get there. Yeah.
And welcome back, ladies and gents. Round 10 QAFL action here at Zups Aspley Oval at Graham Road. We've got the Aspley Hornets versus the Palm Beach Currumbin Lions. Not quite. Pretty sure it's a 5-goal margin at the moment in favour of the Hornets.
Yeah, 6-10-46.
We've got the sponsorship going on the scoreboard at the moment. My name's Kane Brown, joined in the combox today by Dave Hampton. And Dave, that second quarter, Palm Beach looked a little bit better than the first quarter, but just those skill errors really cost them in the end. Where do you think they need to improve in this second half?
Oh, certainly trying to enter inside their forward 50, don't they? They've just got to try and somehow find a way to hit some targets inside there, and they're just not getting much out of their forwards at the moment. They might have to swing a few magnets around. Maybe somebody like a Marcus White, would you attempt to put him up forward? I thought he was probably one of their best in that opening half, but he's been pretty flat out down back. 2 goals, 7 in that term, I think, for the Hornets, and 2 out in the full as well. So they could have actually put this game to bed, the Hornets, with some accurate kicking, but we'll see how they kick off in the third term. They lead it, as we said, by 30 points at the moment, 6-10-46, 2-4-16. So we'll have the secondary ball up, back in the middle.
Now, the main thing I thought in that first half, Liam Dawson just were running rings, intercepting that Will cross half back. Someone's got to make him accountable. Grab a big body type from Palm Beach, just line up on him. Whether you get the footy or not, just got to stop him from getting the footy. That's the main thing, as Aspley look to attack once more early in this third quarter. Ball almost gets to Stackelberg. Couldn't get clean possession. I don't think that was Stackelberg, actually. Freeman's pushed deep forward, trying to overstretch that fairly short defensive unit. For the
aren't they? They're really undersized all over the ground, really.
No, they definitely are. And another forward stoppage for Aspley as Palm Beach look to come out of defence. That could be a throw. No free kick paid. Hacks the ball out of defence. Got to go up. Good mark taken. Number 76.
Ty Hayes, the deputy.
Ty Hayes. He's done well. He's done extremely well. The best
turnover.
of handball. Look at the numbers here for the Hornets. Snap towards goal. Rolls it through. That's way too easy for the Aspley Hornets. They get the first of the second half. They move to 7-10-52 to Palm Beach 2-4-16. That took a minute and a half to get that first goal on the board for the second half. And that was just way too easy for the Hornets.
It was, yeah. Macaulay Lonigan with the goal in the end there for the Hornets. But again, it's just those turnovers in defence, isn't it? It's really hurting Palm Beach.
And it's skill error. It's skill error. It's not work
rate. It's not under pressure. It's not they're just turning the football over.
It's not work rate. It's not application. No. It's just pretty much down to skill error at the moment, which, again, it's almost a double-edged sword, isn't it? Because they're paying twice as much for every mistake they make, especially deep in defence, the Lions. As Walbers and the undersized Jed Harrison going to compete again in the ruck. Harrison doesn't even bother going up.
He didn't bother going up at all, did he? Knowing he was probably no chance. Hayden got it out of defence. That was okay. Kick was a good one. Van Lonigan, who in turn finds Daniel Henderson, can go in short. Is it the required journey? The umpire said no, it's not. So play on's the call. That's Batchelor. Batchelor now goes across, tries to keep that forward line open. Kick was okay. Van Crawley gives it off by hand, and they're just queuing up here at the moment, aren't they? And Batchelor just ducks back inside from around about 25 metres out and takes the simplest of marks.
You don't want to be too critical of Palm Beach. But the fact of the matter is, the amount of times, like a single Aspley Hornets player has been able to run past multiple defenders to run into space to take an easy mark, it's just happened way too often.
Yep.
And again, we just spoke about, double-edged sword paying the price.
Sorry, the kick was on its way there by Batchelor.
They're not really paying the price at the moment because they're having multiple shots on goal, the Hornets. And what are they now? 7 goals, 11. So they've had 18 scoring shots to 6.
Well, 20, because I've had a couple out in the full
And
as
a couple
well.
out on the full as well. So they're definitely lean off Palm Beach off the hook at the moment as they come out of defence once more, the Lions. That's a better kick.
Yep.
Someone's going to move to space. It's this next one that's been falling down, back through the corridor. This is a young man in Patterson, 15 years of age. Right foot kick to the brink of 50. And that's Dawson once more. Not the best kick. Probably his first mistake all day. Back in the hands of the Lions. One-on-one contest. Granville is there. 2-on-1. Gets tackled.
Might be in the back over the shoulder.
It's over the shoulder. So Granville did well on that occasion.
Yeah, he had 2 to beat as well. So
he's moved to half forward, Granville. He started in the middle of the ground and he was also playing that spare man defence. So it looks like Sinclair's throwing the magnets around. Move Granville to sort of that half-forward, forward pocket type role. See if we can take a couple of contested marks, kick a couple of goals. But they definitely need this one, Palm Beach, if they're going to stay within arm's reach of the Hornets. Comes in now. Right foot kick. That's going across the face of goal. There's been a lot of players who've been kicking right, haven't they, down that end of the ground this afternoon.
You would think the breeze would bring it back. I thought it was sort of in our face a little bit. It starts to get pretty overcast here. There could be a little shower before the end.
Nothing like greasy football to even out contests. You know, when the ball's in the middle of the ground, rolling around, who's going to put their body on the line? As that was Harrison trying to get the mark there, couldn't take it clean, so locks the ball up once more. Now, how is Palm Beach going to set up behind the footy right now? As the ball drifts towards the boundary line, ball's going to roll over, and does. Another boundary throw-in. They're just going to try and slow the ball down a little bit. I mean, you can be slow moving, but still hit your skills, and just sets up play down the line. As Walbers goes up again against Harrison. Walbers with the clear tap out there. Lands in the hands of Palm Beach. That's a better kick. Who's moving across the ground? This is White. White chips a ball forward towards Dumas. Had his jumper pulled at the time. No free kick paid. Players bundle in. Umpire comes in. I'm going to ball that up once more, guys. They're sort of just front of centre here, going into attack. Walbers wins the tap out once more. Here's the clearance for the Hornets. Kicks the ball towards, that was Pepin. Shocking handball though, didn't hit the target. As Palm Beach swarm on this ball now. Could have dragged that in. Harker lays a good tackle. Ball gets kicked out though. Ball rolling towards that far side boundary. Aspley Hornets still got possession of the ball. That could be holding the ball.
Surely.
No.
Wow.
Umpire says didn't have an opportunity.
Well, didn't he try and put the afterburners on?
Well, you could argue that for sure. But the umpires have been pretty consistent in the afternoon. So they've done a fairly good job.
Harrison tries to hack it out. They'll go forward.
That's better.
Again through the skipper, Cornish. Cornish delivers inside 50. What have they got on here? Well, it's just all numbers for the Hornets that are going to mop up at the back there. Dawson has sung his praises this afternoon. Goes with a kick outside, out wide. Finds Henderson now, who can get and go. Henderson delivers down towards centre wing. Freeman in best position. Couldn't complete the mark.
Bang.
Going, through hard there was O'Dwyer. He couldn't get it. Pepin was involved as well. Now they just hack a little kick forward. They're going to get themselves into trouble. Crosley goes with a little kick. And guess who? Liam Dawson gets back to take yet another mark. And he can switch it and bring it out of defence. And he goes to Joseph. Kicked the goal with that on that beautiful left boot of his. Spots up Hayden.
Hayden's had a lot of the ball this afternoon. He's done well. He missed that shot on goal towards the back end of that second quarter. But they've slowed the ball down, Palm Beach, which is a good start. They come back through the corridor, the Hornets. Mark's paid. He was a bit blindsided, the umpire. I thought he'd dropped that mark.
I think a few...
Bit lucky on that occasion as they come switching back towards the broadcast side. This is Dawson once more, probably mark number 15 this afternoon. Hornets chipping the ball around. This is Worsley Black. Hasn't had a lot of the footy this afternoon, Worsley Black. But he's been pretty solid. Toy leaps up in the air, brings the ball to ground. It's a 3-on-1 in favour of Palm Beach, though. They've got the numbers. They're going to clear the ball, come back through the corridor. That's a better kick. They need someone on that far side wing. Shocking handball, goes to ground, puts his teammate directly under pressure, gets crunched. But, again, the umpire gives the player the benefit of the doubt. Crawley came in absolutely poleaxed his opposition, was able to lock the ball up for another stoppage.
If they contest the ruck, no one got an effective head out. Chance for Palm Beach to go forward. That's okay to Patterson. Patterson goes in towards goal. And he's offline through for a minor score.
He actually went, he was a bit like Buddy there. He actually went closer to the boundary trying to bring that ball back. Make it look harder. So, you know, probably not the smartest move for the young man, but he is 15, so we'll give him the benefit of the doubt. I'm still staggered by that number, that he's so young. As Aspley look to clear the ball now. Plenty of numbers for the Lions, though. Handball's over the top. Here he is again, the young man. Chips the ball forward. That's a better kick. Drops the mark, though. Could be a free kick, and is. This is the other young man in Hayes on debut. Chips the ball across the ground. Open space. This is AJ Dawson. Chipping board. Great kick. That's better. Mark taken.
Granville?
No. That's Lease.
Josh Lease.
But again, like we said in that second quarter, Hammer, that, speaking of Dawson, AJ Dawson launches the ball. Look at that for a kick. He launched that from 60 out. Brilliant right foot launch by AJ Dawson as he comes off the ground for a well-earned rest. He's probably been Palm Beach's best this afternoon. As they get another goal on the board. That's 3-6-24, trailing Aspley, 7-11-53. We've played just over 10.5 minutes into this third quarter.
29-point ball game here at Zups Aspley Oval. They're just finding a way to hang in at the moment, aren't they? They're just...
They really need the back-to-back goals, don't they, Hammer?
They do, yeah.
You know, just put a little bit of fear, a little bit of panic in the Hornets' opponents. But I'm going to keep praising this kid all afternoon. Dylan Passon is just about best on ground for Palm Beach. He's been brilliant.
He has. And Hayes, I don't know if they're good mates, but they've found each other a few times today, the two kids.
They're definitely looking for each other going forward, that's for sure. As Batchelor looks to clear the ball, he's going to get the ball in his hands now, not under a lot of pressure. Left foot kick inside 50. Palm Beach are good enough on that occasion. Toy was at the drop of the ball. There's Batchelor again, gets tackled, trying to push through. Now he's gone, like the Hammer said. That was good. That was bad defence by Palm Beach. You're not going to just break through tackles here. No. Have it all on your own terms as they clear the ball now on that outer wing.
Nicholson finds Binnell. Sorry, Cuffy it is, I should say. No, Cuff goes down the line. I think it's too wide. He's put it out of bounds on the full. He was looking for Jed Harrison, but on a tight rope. Couldn't keep it inside the field of play. So it'll be Lockie Rayner. Take the free kick. That's okay. Well, he went in short looking for Brown. It's called to play on. Rayner goes back to help out Harker. Harker now feeds the handball out again. They can go forward. Here the Hornets. Handball over the top to Henderson. Delivers inside 50. What have they got there? Well, it ends up getting to the back, but they've got plenty of numbers around it. Palm Beach and Harrison. That's of the Zach variety. Gets it back in towards the middle of the ground. Looking for a teammate there. In Maloney, haven't called his name this afternoon.
Look at all these forwards for Palm Beach getting pushed up the ground. It was like that kick inside 50 before. There was just no one at home for Palm Beach as Pepin ends up with the ball. Tried to get the hands to Harker. Back to Pepin. Pepin handballs it back. Aspley still have the numbers. Hack kick forward. Mark intercepted. They're going to... shocking kick. Straight in the arms of Joseph. Joseph chips the ball forward, tries to launch of the ball, couldn't on that occasion. Palm Beach clear once more from defence. Looking to switch once more. Dangerous kick across the ground, but that's okay.
It was McBurney, finds Scalage. Dangerous. I just don't like them doing it because I don't think they've got the skill level to be doing the switch all the time. as they bring that kick out wide and it goes over the line for a boundary throw-in.
Geez,
Right
when you
forward.
try and kick off one step,
Yeah.
you know, and hit a target that's moving, it's so difficult, especially for younger players. And again, like you say, Emma, they really don't seem to have the skill level
No,
at the
to
moment
do
to
what
hit
they're
those
trying
targets.
to do. Yep.
As Hayden comes in board now, 2-on-1 contest.
mark.
That's a better contested mark by Palm Beach. That's the young man, number
McBurney.
39, McBurney. He's been
been
really
okay,
solid
yeah.
down back for Palm Beach this afternoon. As they come,
That's a better kick too.
that's a better kick. That's Granville. Granville's been okay. He's moved up the ground to take that mark though. But it's the next kick down the line. They're
Feeds
getting-
off the handball. They can bring this ball out of defence. It's the next kick that they've got to hit the target. They couldn't. Hornets turn over again. And they just queue up in the back line. Feeding handball after handball. They're just streaming forward. Ball there could have been nearly intercepted. They'll get it.
Good
They will
kick.
get it back. Palm Beach, and they'll find White. White can go in short.
That's better.
They have. Now they've got an open forward line. If they can move it quickly before the numbers get back. They've got a one-on-one. Granville, 1, 2, 3 bites of the cherry. The umpire said no, not paying it. Gets back to Dawson. He'll mop up again. The kick should come straight back though. They could give off the handball to White over the top. It looks like he's just pushing a little bit. Maybe he's pushing a little bit further up the ground. Now the kick inside 50. This has been the tough one for him all afternoon. Ball works towards the line. Harker's there. He locks it in. And I think the umpire will come in and say
On the
holding the ball.
ball. But it's going to Aspley by the
Yeah.
looks of it.
It is. It might be going back to Harker. Is it?
I believe that's Harker
Yep.
down there. This is Brown. Lane Brown, again, another one of those Hornets players. Had a fairly solid afternoon. Steps back inside, decides to play on. Launches a right foot kick on that broadcast, that far side wing. Walbers wasn't able to take the mark. Here's a chance for the Lions. Inside 50. Good marking contest. No one can take clean possession. Ball dribbles around. Handball back. Handball forward. Gets intercepted by the Hornets, though. Palm Beach have still got the ball. Now, is that a throw? Yes, that's been deemed a throw by the umpire. So it's going back to the Hornets. And another missed opportunity for the Lions.
It has. Hornets 7:11:53. Palm Beach 3:6:24. We've played 16 minutes here in the third term.
Bit of a stalemate at the moment, isn't it, Hammer?
It's been pretty since the opening quarter. The
Third-
scores have basically been pretty well level. It was 26 points at quarter time. It's 29 points currently. So Hornets
Good
bring
kick.
it round. And you heard, good kick. Finds Crawley. Crawley goes in short. That's okay as well. Finds Craven. Jasper Craven gives it off. Wants it back. Says no. Does Reece Toy. Decides to kick inside 50. The Palm Beach have got some numbers back, but they put themselves under enormous pressure. Handballing to somebody with his back to the play. So turnover again. Comes to Hayden. Hayden kicks inside 50. Well, the Palm Beach boys all go up. No one stays down. McInerney's there. He couldn't get it. Ball's fed out. Here's an opportunity. Kick in towards goal. It's going to end up in a mark, will it? Gee, they've done well not to cause interference. In the end, might have got one on the head. And Marcus White will clean up. He feeds the handball off. Gets it back again. He's going to turn it over in the end, I think. And Dwyer will take it. He can bring it
Good
back
kick.
into play. And you heard the good kick.
That's
And
great
Rayner
kick.
takes the mark.
Just smarter with the
Yeah.
footy at in hand at the moment. Rayner chips the ball inside, attacking 50.
Oh, that's in the back.
It's got to be a free kick to the big fella, number 34 in
Yeah,
Freeman. They're really overstretching the undersized Palm Beach defence when Freeman's able to even attempt to launch the ball. They can't do much more than what they're trying to do, the Lions. But generally, you're going to give a free kick away. His direct opponent's probably given 2 inches.
Oh,
At least.
keep going on.
At
I'm going
least.
5. 5 or 6.
Probably 5 or 6 inches. Freeman's a massive man down deep in that forward line. But again, they're just smarter with the footy in hand at the moment, Aspley. Palm Beach are trying so hard, but like we said earlier, the harder you try, the worse it gets.
Yes.
Another little turnover here and there, and they pay the price as Freeman. That's a better
That's a
kick
good
for the
kick.
Hornets. There's another goal. We've played just over 18 minutes into this third quarter, and I believe that could be the first goal of the third quarter. It might be the second goal of the third quarter in favour of the Hornets. I believe they've kicked a couple.
Two, yep.
They move to a 8-11-59. Palm Beach 3-6-24. So it's a 35-point margin, just under 6 goals. And again, they're not 100% out of it, but the way they're playing their footy at the moment, you just can't see them getting back in the contest.
To score, isn't it, really? It's not so much the margin. They've only kicked 3 goals to the match, so they've got to find a way to kick.
3 goals from 9 scoring shots.
Yeah, and really they would have to kick another, between now and the rest of the game, you'd have to think at least 7 or 8 goals.
Without Aspley scoring either.
Yeah. So back in the middle they go. No one got an effective ball out of there. Comes to Harker. Harker now throws it onto his right boot up towards half forward. White's at the back. Makes a contest. Then wins the football back. Goes with a left foot torpedo towards the boundary line, over the line on the full.
Now, White seems to be lining up on Toy at the moment.
Allen goes in short. That's okay. Finds Hayden, who's got a player further on in Daniel Joseph. Got that left boot. That kick's a good one. Spots up Crawley. Crawley goes in short. Finds Stackelberg. Now, he moves it quickly. Goes on. Has a shot in towards goal. It's gone across the face. May not have made the distance.
That's Dodge. Dodge taking an easy mark.
In the forward pocket.
Right on the boundary line, mate.
I'll get you to call it, Kane. I just can't quite see in that little corner there.
Mate, I have a knack of putting the moxie on players going for goals, so I'm not going to give him too many compliments. But he'll probably try and go on the left. He's heavily strapped that left leg. Actually, no, right foot check side.
Misses
to this near side. So another point to the Hornets. They move to 8-12-60. Palm Beach 3-6-24. Plays 20 and a half minutes in this third quarter. White's going to kick it back out now. That's a better kick to Granville.
He's been good this term, Granville. White's been pretty good all afternoon as well. Kick comes out looking for Lease. But getting across the spoil with Jackson Allen.
It's just, for the Aspley defence at the moment, it's just simple, isn't it? They just follow the direction of the ball, the movement, movement, pardon me, from Palm Beach is quite slow, and they're just able to either intercept through punching the ball clear or intercept through mark just way too easy, and they came it off more times than not. As we've got Wolbers in the ruck again, wins the tap out towards Harker. Harker and Hayden. Back out to Wolbers. Here's a chance for the Hornets. Kick inside 50, looking for Stackelberg. Couldn't get a clear run of the footy. This is Dodge. Look at that for, what a tackle. But I'm pretty sure he still kicked it.
Yeah,
that was Mitch Crawley. Ended up in the goal square all on his own for another goal to the Hornets. But how good, talk about vision from Dodge there.
Yeah,
was able to hit the hot spot, hit up his man, didn't really have to stop. The pressure did come, but not quick enough. And Crawley kicks another one for the Hornets, 9-12-66, leading Palm Beach 3-6-24. Played just over 22 minutes in the third quarter.
42 points the margin. Just looks like it might just blow out this one.
Geez, we had a little bit of a stalemate, didn't we? Probably
we did.
First 15 minutes, the last probably 5. Aspley have just kicked a couple, blown that margin out a little bit. And again, for all the hard work Palm Beach are putting into this game, they're really not getting any reward.
No, and I think that takes its toll the longer the game goes on. You find you're not scoring, you're busting your backside to get it in there, and it comes out too easy. As Wolbers gets a hit out again, this time they go forward.
Jeez,
the agency of Jordan Arnold. Kick goes in towards half forward. Ball spills off hands, handball over the top to Lonigan. Goes it this way, that way, then squares it back up. That's okay, finds Crawley. Kick 2 in this term. Now Crawley, which way is he going to go? He goes long, straight down the middle, looking for the big fella there, Freeman. Who doesn't let him down.
That was around his bootlaces, Freeman. He had to go down a long way to get that ball. As there's a bit of push and shove, just trying to get a pitcher, and
I think
that's
he's got
50 as well.
So
Now, the likes of Pepin are in there, Stackelberg is in there, Dodge is in there. Just get away, boys. You've got the free kick, you've got the 50, and you've got the goal. Another goal to Freeman as the lead increases in this third quarter. And like you were saying before, Hammer, all of a sudden Palm Beach are getting a little bit frustrated as well. You had the frustration on top of the lack of reward you're getting for all the hard work you're putting in. It could get extremely bad for the Lions at the back end of this quarter. We played just on 24 minutes in this third quarter, the premiership quarter, as people like to call it. But Aspley really dominating possession, really dominating the air, and dominating the ground ball as well. And as good as Palm Beach have shown in their attitude and their attempted application, it's really kids against boys at this point.
it is. They'll do well not to get a big blowout here, Palm Beach. You mentioned earlier in the call, had upwards of 25 players out of this side at the moment, so they're really struggling with injuries. The Hornets go forward again, up towards full forward, bit of wrestling, throwing. Umpire said it's all fair in Love and War. Go through again. Now, player could be in trouble here holding the ball. The umpire said, no, I'll have it, thanks. Only 30 metres out from goal. Stackelberg, well, just got the 3, so he kicked those 3 in the opening term.
McBurney's been pretty solid after quarter time,
Has.
but even
I
in
think
the
he's done a pretty good job.
Even in the first quarter, his application was really sound. Stackelberg didn't get a lot of opportunities in that opening quarter, but he ended up with 3 goals, which makes it look a lot worse for McBurney, doesn't it?
It does. But really, I think he's been one of their better players this afternoon.
This is Harrison trying to clear the ball out of defensive 50. Heads towards Hunter Hall, which has been another good one for the Lions this afternoon. That's 50.
50-metre penalty.
Dwyer just overstepped the mark. So here's a chance for the Lions. Batchelor decides to...
Gee, that
that should be another 50.
Yeah,
that should have been another 50. Batchelor got away with it. And that's classed as a throw. So, again, it's that double-edged sword, isn't it? When the ball's not rolling in your favour, you try that much more. Kick towards Hayden. Hayden steps back inside, chips the ball towards Walbers. Ball ends up in the hands of Lonergan, who's, again, been one of the best. I've been really impressed by Lonergan this afternoon in that midfield group. He's been playing a little bit off the wing as well. He's had plenty of the ball this afternoon. Walbers wins another tap out towards Batchelor once more. Right foot kick down the line. Can't get clear. Here's Freeman. Look at that for a kick to Stackelberg.
For the big fella to do that. There wouldn't have been a midfielder for Palm Beach that could have pulled that kick off all day, let alone big 6'5".
Geez, we've seen Dodge do it, but see the likes of Freeman, who's a big unit. A big unit, being able to go on his right foot, lace out. Stackelberg didn't have to move there.
I don't think he could believe his luck, really.
I think he was still trying to work. Hang on, is this ball coming to me? Or?
Couldn't be.
And finishes off the good work. There's another one to Stackelberg. That's goal number 4 for the full forward. And you got to give praise to Big Freeman there. Coming inside, attacking 50, right foot kick, lace out.
On a platter.
I mean, hot spot, you did have to move. That's exactly the delivery you want as a forward, isn't it? But they increased the lead. Aspley, 12-12, 84, 3-6, 24 Palm Beach. We played just on 27.5 minutes into this third quarter.
60 points the margin now. Just got to try and stop the bleeding at the moment. Palm Beach approaching three-quarter time, 27.5 gone.
It's really been the back end of this quarter, hasn't it, Hammer? That, they've probably kicked 4 or 5 in the space of maybe 10 minutes, which is really damaging for the Lions.
Well, they've kicked a bit more accurate too. They've managed 6 goals, 2 for the term so far. Probably not finished just yet. Hayden puts a tackle on, but we'll have a secondary ball up. Get the feeling the three-quarter time siren can't come quick enough for Jess Sinclair. And the Lions is slapped forward again by Walbers. There he's got teammate and Harker. Harker gives it back to Walbers. And they'll get the little kick out short, out wide, told to hold. They can go quickly now. They've got players loose everywhere. And that's O'Dwyer. He can get and go if he wants to. Has he deliver? He goes in towards Stackelberg. And we just said that he's been pretty quiet since quarter time. Well, he's got a chance to get 2 in a minute.
And I've been praising
commentator's curse.
Look, I've been praising Stackelberg for probably the last 2 years since I've seen a fair bit of his games played, and his ability to mark the ball in front of his eyes, even when he's off the ground, is just absolutely elite. As he comes in now, right foot kick.
Is it coming
There's
back?
another one to Stackelberg. That's goal number 5. And Aspley looking to take real control of this contest. They moved to 13-12-90. They've moved to 66-point leaders against Palm Beach, 3-6-24.
Well, they've put a big gap on them in such a short time, haven't they? We said it was hovering around that 5-goal mark, 29 points.
You could think if Palm Beach could kick that next one, they might have had a sneaky chance to come back into this contest, but Aspley's just shown the poise of the reigning premier, ladder leading, undefeated side in QAFL footy 2023. They've been the most dominant side in the comp so far this year, and they're going to put another scalp on the mantelpiece at the end of this one. Looks like Hayden's going to end up with a footy once more, but Palm Beach able to lay a tackle, intercept. That was Cornish. Cornish launches the ball just outside 50, ball rolling towards. Oh, sorry. Accidentally tapped the mic on my finger there for some reason. I was rubbing my nose. Apologies for that, ladies and gents. Hammer had just about jumped a foot off the chair as well.
Little burst in eardrum.
Going to break his hearing. Again, apologies. That was Harrison went up. Actually, probably one of the first tap out he's done all day. Straight in the hands of an Aspley Hornet. Able to lock the ball up for another ball up.
Walbers this time gets a hit out. Plenty of numbers around the football. The umpire might have found a free kick. Yeah, he has, and it's going to come back to Cuff, Tyrone Cuff. Done some handy things. Too far out to score. He's just going to go long to the top of the square. Where's the interceptors?
Why?
Liam Dawson.
I'm sorry to any Palm Beach supporter, but why on earth would you ever kick the ball there? All the Palm Beach forwards were actually leading towards the man with the footy.
That's nearly a free kick.
And looks like it could be a bit of push and shove. Rayner's involved. Pushing. Oh, hang on. This could get a little bit messy. Oh, a little bit of a jumper punch. Harker's in there too. I'm going to keep watching the footy, Hammer. You keep an eye on the push and shove. Walbers could have got the clearance. Gets piled on. Another ball up. But I was just saying... Oh, hang on. Hang on. Now, that's just silly. That's gone... That free kick has gone back to Rayner. And Tyler Cornish, who's one of the senior players, decided to get involved, get the push and shove. But you do a jumper punch right in front of the umpire. It's three-quarter time, siren goes. That was just silly. And the push and shove is continuing. Oh, here we go. Look, Hammer, you keep an eye on this. I'm going to look at the scoreboard. Aspley leading three-quarter time here. 13-12-90. Palm Beach 3-6-24. We're going to come back. We've got plenty of Aspley Hornets here just pointing at the scoreboard going, boys, you want to push and shove. Look at the scoreboard. We're up by almost 11 goals.
And we know the frustration creeps in, but Cornish, he doesn't really need it. But
pull your heads
as your captain.
As your captain, you've got to be better than that. We'll be back here for fourth quarter action between these two. Plenty of heat still in this contest. We'll be back for fourth quarter action in a few moments. And welcome back. This is round 10 QAFL action here between Palm Beach Currumbin Lions and the Aspley Hornets. It's a home game for Aspley up here at Graham Road. And I'm joined in the combox by David Hampton. My name's Kane Browning. And Dave, well, the back end of that third quarter on the siren was pretty interesting, wasn't it?
It was, but probably more with the football action. Aspley's really broken the backs of the Palm Beach Currumbin Lions this afternoon. Big term, 7 goals, 2 for the term for them, and they've put a big space on this contest. Just see what Palm Beach can do in the final term to get some respectability on the scoreboard. Just the 3 goals so far for the match up against the 12.
Geez, you could almost hear a pin drop in the Palm Beach huddle there too. Jess Sinclair was almost telling his players, look, guys, scoreboard's blown out. Pull your heads in, no need for the push and shove.
Yep.
Whoever's going to be attacking the footy and be first to the footy is going to win free kicks and get first use of the footy is what we're looking for in this last quarter. You got to give me something. Aspley, on the other hand, plenty of talk between senior players. And again, the push and look at this. Push and shove's continuing. You've got Toy and you've got Lease there as well. Plenty of push and shove. Could be a free kick before the ball's bounced. First 5 minutes in this last quarter will be interesting. Walbers wins the contest. Palm Beach win the clearance through Cornish towards a young man in Patterson. Couldn't get clean possession of the footy. Aspley punches the ball forward. Could have been a free kick, pushing the back. Here's Toy. Toy looking to come back on the right foot. Handballs to Rayner. Rayner chips the ball forward towards O'Dwyer. And O'Dwyer, shocking kick for goal. Left foot came off the side of the boot. Out on the foot. First chance for Palm Beach to clear the ball from the defensive 50, Hammer.
Yeah, they'll bring it back into play. Looks like through the skipper there, is it?
Cornish?
No, it's actually McBurney. McBurney goes across. Now that's okay. They've got White there, Marcus White. We've sung his praises this afternoon. Can wheel and go on the right boot. Kicks okay. It's a good one. Finds Carl Nicholson. Nicholson moves it quickly for Patterson. The young fella, what can he do? He steps around, gets through nicely, goes through this way, that way. Now he gets through a third.
Too far. That was a little bit unlucky for the young man.
Well, that's hard. I don't know that he went that far, did he? But anyway.
A lot of stepping and weaving, but he didn't
it was
seem
more side steps.
It was side steps, wasn't it? But I think they sort of add those ones up, which is a little bit interesting. But and again, the great thing for Patterson, he's trying different things, isn't he? So his IQ is improving as this game's going on. As the ball heads towards Granville, couldn't get possession of the ball. That's Rayner. Good handball inboard towards Lonigan. Lonigan couldn't get clean possession. Gets crunched in a tackle. All above board.
Almost a perfect tackle too, wasn't it? He was tackled front on and
all above board, so that's okay. That was the big number 69. Scully, hopefully I got that 9. Hopefully that's a silent J at the end of his surname. As Batchelor hacks the ball forward, lands in the hands of Freeman once more. And Freeman's really stood up since halftime, hasn't he? He's kicked a couple of goals.
Yeah, 2 goals in that third term.
2 goals in the third. Line up for goal number 3, right on the boundary line here. Now the ball's been going right every time. Should be interesting. Right foot snap. Look at that for a kick.
That one.
That's a brilliant kick by Freeman. First goal of the last quarter. They've kicked every first goal as the quarter begins throughout this game, the Aspley Hornets. And I believe that scoreboard actually got corrected at the 3-quarter time by the looks of it. So now they've moved to 13-12-90, I believe.
They've taken a goal off.
They took a goal off at 3-quarter time.
13-12-90 at 3-quarter time, so I've got that as goal number 14. Or is it just playing up at the moment?
Well, it could be playing
I'm
up as
going to go with 14-12-96 to 3-6-24.
We played just
over a minute. I think the lights have come on and it's frozen the scoreboard.
Well, wouldn't surprise me one bit. So if you keep an eye on that scoreboard on your paperwork, Hammer. Oh, no. Yeah, well, it definitely looks like they took one off at 3-quarter time. So the scores moved to 90-24. Minute and a half into this last quarter. Toy almost ended up with it. Cornish intercepted. This is O'Dwyer. O'Dwyer to Batchelor. He's had a pretty good afternoon. The skipper towards Freeman. Gets held.
Might have got the
and a free kick.
Freeman.
Freeman again. Just been way too big for the Palm Beach undersized defence this afternoon. The moment they decide to move him deep forward, he's
he's
caused
been
all
there
sorts
most of the
problems.
day, but he's just gotten better as the day's gone on, hasn't he?
And all of a sudden, Stackelberg's that sort of secondary
Yeah,
position.
I was just thinking, I mean, if he gets this one through, which he should, that'll be 9 goals between them. Good afternoon for the two key forwards as the kick is on its way, but he's pulled it right.
So he kicks one beautiful snap from the boundary and misses that one on a slide angle from about 40 out. Palm Beach coming out of defence one more. It's a story of the day. Can they be clean?
Nah.
Straight to Toy, though. Story of the afternoon for Lions. Intercept across their half back line as they go deep inside 50, 1-on-1. That's Freeman once more. Tried to get the ball off the ground. Look at that.
Lockie Rayner.
That's Rayner putting the
And
money.
he'll enjoy that one too.
Putting his money where his mouth is. He was involved with a fair bit of the push and shove at three-quarter time. He goes, thank you very much, boys. I'll take that one. As he's coming off the ground for a well-earned rest. He's been pretty solid this afternoon, Rayner. It's so good when you think Rayner's sort of been pinching the ruck as well. When you bring Walbers off the ground, you can put Rayner in the ruck, or you can put Walbers forward, but you got Freeman forward, Stackelberg forward, Dodge forward. Even Pepin's gone forward now. They've just got so many options, the Aspley Hornets, in 2023.
If they're not careful here, Palm Beach, this could be a triple figure.
No, and you wouldn't have said that at half time.
No, well, even halfway through the third quarter, it was 29 points.
Exactly.
As it back in the middle, we go again. Walbers, game with the hit out. Going through there was Cornish, the skipper for Palm Beach, couldn't get it out. Plenty of numbers around the ball, could have been in the back or holding the man. The umpire said it'll be the latter, holding the man, Jordan Hayden, and take the free kick for the Hornets. He's right in the middle, goes in short. That's okay. The kick's a good one. Finds Batchelor, the skipper, who swings it out wide for Craven. Craven delivers in towards Freeman. Up, couldn't take the mark. Ball spills to Stackelberg. Feets off a handball. He might get it back again. Stackelberg, he's got to put the tackle on instead. And the umpire says, I'll have it, thank you.
No, look, they've been pretty dominant across the ground, haven't they, this afternoon, the Aspley Hornets as Walbers. Tried to get the ball towards Harker. Palm Beach trying to clear the ball once more. This is a little bit better. That's Cornish. Cornish hits the target now. This is the young man.
Might be Hayes.
Hayes again. Had a pretty solid afternoon. Kicks the ball forward. Ball ends up in the hands of Cuff. Cuff now. Chips the ball back. That's a shocking kick of the ball. Hayden, way too good on that occasion. Intercepts with ease. Kicks on that outer side of the ground towards Dodge.
Forward. He's got the two big forwards. They're the only two inside 50. Stackelberg.
Look at that for a lead, though. Stackelberg ends up with a footy just outside 50. Yeah. Freeman's in the goal square, 1-on-1.
He hasn't got the journey, has he, Stackelberg?
He's a pretty solid kick of the footy. I'm not sure.
Seems reasonably confident, doesn't he?
Going at that end of the ground, whether he's got the length in him, but he'll be kicking just outside. He'll be kicking 55. Man on the mark's right on the 50-metre line, maybe just over. Comes in now, Stackelberg.
No.
Kicks to the hot spot. Plenty of numbers. Good intercept mark, though. That's McKinney. McInerney.
McInerney?
McInerney?
McInerney. Goes out short. Sung young Dylan Patterson's praise this afternoon. He takes the mark across half-back. Going to go in very short now to Lease. And Josh Lease still at half-back. Dylan Patterson, he's just looking more and more comfortable as well as he gets more game time in. Kick goes up forward, and guess who peels it off? Liam Dawson goes across the face, finds Craven. They've all worked so well in defence together with Henderson. Daniel Henderson goes long with the kick for Lonigan. It sits for him. Lonigan will feed the handball back. That's okay. Now they have the kick inside 50. Oh, got a player all on his own is Will Pepin. And he can go back and add his name to the score sheet this afternoon.
Jeez, and again, it's just those attacking, passages inside attacking 50, isn't it, Hammer? That
Yep.
the Hornets have just been so good at. On the other end, Palm Beach just been lacking that last kick. Skill execution has just been massive this afternoon in favour of the Aspley Hornets. As Pepin comes in now, right foot kick just inside 50. And missed a lot. There's another round the full. They've probably had 4 or 5 this afternoon. As the score still sits at 14-13, according to the scoreboard, 97 Palm Beach, 3-6-24. 7.5 minutes into this last quarter.
Ball comes back in here for Palm Beach. The kick goes in short. Player knocked off the ball. It was all fair and legit. Was by Leighton Brown. And they go back. Stacks on the middle there as well. Cuff is in there. Couldn't feed the ball out. The umpire said no prior opportunity. And we'll ball it up. Just ticked on 8 minutes here in the final term. Or one-way traffic if you've just joined us since the third quarter.
Really, the back end, like you were saying earlier, Hammer, the back end of that quarter, the last 10 minutes was just dominant for the Hornets going into three-quarter time. As Rayner goes up, gets possession of the footy.
Well, there you go. There's another one. Grabbed it out of the ruck, was tackled.
I'm pretty sure they gave up on that one in the last 12 months, I believe.
Yeah, right.
As the ball drifts towards Harker once more. Hayden's in there as well. There's White. Put his body on the line. Can he get clean possession of the footy? Look at the work rate from the Hornets. That's Dodge. Gets pushed over the line by White. For another boundary throw in. Another forward 50 stoppage for the Hornets. They've had plenty of those this afternoon. But again, when you have sort of, 27 scoring shots to, again, 9 and 9. It's just domination all across the ground for the Hornets this afternoon. So they look to kick the ball inside 50 once more. Ball gets held up. There'll be another stoppage.
It was Dawson again, fed the ball out. What an afternoon he's had. The third week in a row. Ball slapped back by Rayner. Back towards the goals. Running onto it was Harker. He can't break the tackle. And the umpire will come in and ball it up. They've been impressive this afternoon, the Hornets.
Now, I've looked at Leighton Brown for most of the afternoon. He's lined up mostly on Malaki Dumas. I'm trying to remember whether Malaki Dumas has even had a possession. Brown's had plenty of the ball.
Yep.
And speaking of possession, Dawson again. Good intercept by the Lions on that occasion, the ball. Ends up with Stackelberg. Plenty of numbers there. Kicks the ball inside 50. That's a great kick. Towards Dodge. And Dodge will be lining up about 30 out on a slight angle.
He's one that hasn't kicked a goal this afternoon.
It'd be interesting to see how many separate goal scorers Aspley has had this afternoon.
I'll tell you after this shot.
Tell you after this shot. Okay. Dodge comes in, right foot kick, but again to that sort of right-hand side for another point. They've missed right a lot this afternoon, Aspley, but again, that breeze must be a bit swirly at ground level, because from up here, it seems like that ball should be coming back right to left, but hasn't come back at all.
Look at this.
Dawson.
Talk about coming back, this fella.
Dawson, another intercept mark. I'd need a calculator to work out how many intercept marks he's had this afternoon. Just continued on from the start of the season and last year's grand final, where he was dominant.
You almost call him Raul Dravid, wouldn't you? The wall. Nothing gets past him.
No. But to be fair, he hasn't really had any competition, has he, to make him accountable. As the ball gets held up, that's a block though, so that's going to be a free kick to the Lions. McCuff, who's been okay this afternoon, hasn't had a lot of the footy. Ball kicked towards the big fella. He came back. He went missing in that sort of second and third quarters.
Yeah, McNally.
He had a pretty solid first quarter. I thought he did pretty well. Coming to switch across the ground now. Guess who? This is Patterson, the 15-year-old. Steps back inside. Right foot kick. Unfortunately, guess who? Liam Dawson. I guess any time Aspley's taking an intercept mark, just assume it's Liam Dawson taking the mark, because he's been an absolute ball magnet. Unfortunately, it's been Palm Beach kicking the ball to him. So
I would have liked to have seen Patterson pin the ears back and have a shot there.
Yeah.
Like he just caressed it. I think he was within range. He sort of ran to 50.
And again, the forwards for Palm Beach really haven't had good lines where their leading patterns haven't been great this afternoon either. Their forwards have pretty much been leading in the same spot on the ground, all three of them. So they haven't been great this afternoon, the Lions forwards. This is Pepin, back through the corridor, bit overcooked on the handball. This is White, gets locked up, drops a footy, no free kick paid. Pepin's there once more. Batchelor comes in, gets crunched by Harrison. Jed Harrison, who's again another one of those solid contributors for Palm Beach. They just haven't had the numbers this afternoon that have been anywhere close to winning this contest. They had a couple of periods in that third quarter. Here's come Palm Beach. Chips the ball forward. One-on-one contest. Could have been a free kick. Here's Dumas now. Right foot snap on goal. Just across the face. But that's the potential that he has when he gets front and centre, gets clean use of the ball. He can be extremely dangerous. Couldn't quite finish on that occasion. That's probably his first kick of the game, to be fair. We played just on 13 and a half minutes in this last quarter.
Gee, that's a beautiful kick in.
That's a great kick in by the Hornets. Chips the ball forward. Look at the space these guys have got into. Freeman's there. Look at Wolbers screaming down this far end of the ground.
He's going to go
one-on-one towards Stackelberg. Good clearance though by the Palm Beach defence. That was McBurney once more.
Yep.
And again, that's been probably contest of the afternoon, hasn't it? Those
Yeah,
two.
it's probably, yeah.
McBurney's been pretty solid,
goals, but
he's been pretty solid. Those one-on-one contests, he hasn't lost too many times, McBurney, so he can probably
I'd say it's been a pretty even contest.
Hold his head up high,
Yep.
McBurney. He's been pretty good this afternoon. Wolbers wins the tap out once more towards Pepin. Snap on goal. Speaking of which, Stackelberg's there, McBurney's there. Ball rolls over. Another 50-50 between those two. You talk about them, all of a sudden the ball goes towards them once more.
It's getting a little cool here now.
It's getting a bit cool, getting a bit dark, getting a bit overcast. Plenty of jumpers being pulled out by the supporters here this afternoon. As a ladder leading Aspley Hornets, 14-14-98, 3-7-25 Palm Beach.
Ball back into play. Basically clears the ruckman. Comes to Stackelberg. He snaps around the corner.
Is that coming back? No.
Nope. And another miss there takes him to 14-15, 99, 3-7-25. Like just on 15 minutes here in the final term.
As Palm Beach again, even that kick out from full back was an absolute worm burner, so they were lucky to get away with that one. Trying to switch the ball again. That's towards Harrison. Harrison's been a bit quiet this afternoon. Ball's going to end up back in his hands, though. Takes a bounce on that far side wing, but he's got nowhere to go forward, so he decides to come back inboard. That's McKinney. Oh, jeez, could have been cut off again by Henderson. Henderson couldn't quite get there. This is White. Handball's over the top.
Hayes.
This is Hayes once more. He's had a pretty good afternoon on debut.
Nice kick too.
Good kick. Now could go over to AJ Dawson. AJ chips the ball forward. Look at that for a kick.
Wow.
Lucky Dumas. Now that was similar to the one in the first quarter where they hit a forward lace out. That's probably the second time they've been able to take a contested mark inside attacking 50. And this is Dumas. Dumas for his first goal of the afternoon, probably with his second kick of the ball. It looks like he snuck it in. That's goal number 4 for the Lions. As they move to 4-7-31. Aspley leading though, 14-15-99. Played just over 16 and a half minutes. Last quarter. Getting to the back end of this contest, and as good as Palm Beach have been this afternoon with their attitude,
application,
their attitude, their work rate.
Yep.
in the
Just
end,
been severely undermanned, haven't they? They've been
severely undermanned, severely underskilled would be a better way
Yep.
I'd put it. And I'm trying not to be super critical.
yeah.
They've got so many players out. They've got so many young players in, but they've got a couple of kids for the future. In young Dylan Patterson
and Hayes.
And Hayes, definitely. As they go up in the ruck again, Harrison could have ended up with a footy. Ball ends up in the hands of Henderson. Henderson back to Rayner, but gets tackled with a footy.
Gee, that was a good tackle by
Dumas.
And he's done a few things in this final quarter, Dumas, and you just wonder where was that in the first 3 quarters.
Ball ends up in the hands of Harker, though. No, Harker ends up in the hands of AJ Dawson. Here's a chance for Palm Beach to get back-to-back goals. One-on-one contest. Good effort there by both players. Lands in the hands of Palm Beach. Here's a chance for big number 60, I believe. And Vanel, probably his first touch of the footy. Unfortunately, not great. Ball ends up in the hands of Aspley. Ball drifts towards the boundary line. Ball goes over. Another boundary throw in, Anna.
Yeah, 18 gone here, final term.
Geez, that wind's definitely blowing in our face now, isn't it?
68 points the margin. As we wait for the boundary umpire to throw the ball back into play. It's going to be Rayner to do the ruck work with McNally. Neither really got an effective hit out. Ball came out for Craven. Craven fed it off by hand. That was okay. In the middle of the ground. And the umpire will come in and ball it up. It was O'Dwyer. Couldn't break free. Rayner again. This time doesn't really go anywhere. The skipper, Cornish, gets it forward. I thought it was a mark taken by Joseph. He moves it quickly to Henderson. So Henderson across half-back can go in short. He chooses to go longer. The kick's off target and it goes out of bounds on the full. And it'll be Jack Granville to be the recipient. No, Granville. Just sizes up his options. Now decides to go in really short. And again, should have been turned over straight away. Wasn't in the end. Stringer gives it back to Granville. His kick goes forward in the direction of Rayner. He couldn't complete the mark. Patterson goes in and applies the tackle and we'll get a stoppage.
Hayden was at the bottom of the pack. He's had a pretty solid afternoon.
He's been very good all afternoon. Had a lot of players in that bracket. Henderson, kick partly smothered, goes back to Hayden. Hayden then feeds the handball backwards. In the end, it gets extracted out of there pretty well in the end by Cuff. Just hacks it forward and then chases his own ball up. Not before the boundary line beats them all. We'll have a throw in.
Now, I just want to go through a few of the better players for both these sides. There's been plenty for Aspley. You could probably name half a dozen. But, you know, I thought Lonigan's been really solid this afternoon. Stackelberg's been good. Harker, Batchelor, Brown, Liam Dawson, obviously. Freeman's been solid. Toy's been good. As the ball ends up going inside, attacking 50. Palm Beach end up, but again, another fumble. Ends up in the hands of Toy. That's a free kick to Toy. But I look down the line for Palm Beach. A.J. Dawson.
Well, Walbers has been brilliant, and Rack Freeman, as you mentioned, Harker. They've really had good players everywhere. Pepin O'Dwyer's done plenty of good things. Brown, as we mentioned, it's one of those ones in the old junior footy. You just put in team effort, isn't it, for your best players? And
playing the role. Yeah. Playing a role for your team.
McNally couldn't complete the mark. Ball spills down. Again, this time Lonigan feeds out the handball. Didn't hit a target, then has to put on the tackle. He might end up with the ball back. Doesn't in the end. Handball there comes over to Rayner. He couldn't complete it. He's got teammates riding everywhere with him. The umpire will come in and ball it up.
Now, I just wanted to go through, like Palm Bay, you look at A.J. Dawson's been okay this afternoon. McBurney's been solid down back.
They drift in and out, though, don't they?
They do,
even
but
Dawson.
But even you look at, like, the likes of White, who's been solid this afternoon. Haven't seen a lot of him play, but he's been good. Patterson, for a 15-year-old kid, has been pretty impressive this afternoon for Palm Beach.
And Hayes, I've really liked his game. Stackelberg at the front, couldn't complete the mark. follows up his work, then trips himself over. Goes back to put the tackle on. Currumbin have got some numbers there, but they've just got to hack this ball out of defence. It looks like it's going to come straight back. Batchelor has been pretty good this afternoon as well. Hayden got to pick it up again. Feeds the handball off to Wolbers. He couldn't take it cleanly. There's some tired players out there now. Just
Good
getting
tackle.
quite a few mistakes. And you heard the good tackle, and that was Dumas. Dumas, and the ball is turned over, and they can go forward.
Now look at
Crossley.
Liam Dawson screaming back, but again, it's a slow ball movement.
See,
That's just
and
killing
again,
them.
missed the target as well, though.
And guess who?
Yeah, Dawson.
He had 3 weeks to get back
Yep.
inside defensive 50 to intercept that.
Oh, and look
and
at the
they kicked
kick.
it
Have a
straight
look
through
at the
him.
kick. It's gone about 55, 60 metres straight across the face of goal. Ends up with Nellis, the skipper, one of the co-skippers this afternoon. He's been pretty good as well. Gets the ball back. Here they go again inside, forward 50. Getting back to take a good mark was McBurney, who hasn't stopped trying all afternoon.
No, he's probably been their best this afternoon if I really look at it closely. And as much as, mind you, here's an intercept, dodge, right foot snap. Look at that for a kick.
Freeman.
Now between it's like Freeman or Dodge.
Yep.
Those right foot kick to position, just lacing our teammates, has just been massive all afternoon. Freeman's done it
Well, we've
once.
seen so many times.
Dodge has done it a couple of times, seen up Freeman or Stackelberg, and Freeman's having another shot on goal.
Well, compare their entries to the entries that Palm Beach has had, and they're miles and miles apart. As Freeman, for goal number 4, comes in, and again, it's been pushed across the face.
It's been going right. I can't remember one kick going left.
No,
Not
I know.
one.
I keep swearing to myself that they will go left. Maybe the players have got the same issue as I've got.
And you can guarantee if they kick straight to the face of goal, it'll
That'll
probably
go
go
left.
left.
Yeah. Yep.
As Palm Beach look to come out of defence once more. In towards
Stringer.
He's been a little bit quiet, but had a couple of moments. He almost handballed to
Yeah.
Aspley opponent there. But again,
Oh, no.
Liam Dawson. And it's not like he's got, it's not like time is slowing down to allow this bloke to take intercept mark after intercept mark. His work rate and his positioning is just elite. As speaking of a turnover, this is Granville, who's been one of the best for the Palm Beach Lions this afternoon. Heads towards Dumas. Dumas takes off, right foot kick. That's better. Hits the target, 40 metres out. Lowered the eyes, Dumas. He could have blazed away. Didn't. Hit his teammate up. Nicholson, number 11.
Yeah, as I said, Dumas, we haven't called him the first 3 quarters, but he's...
The back end of this last quarter.
Yeah, he's been very good.
Nicholson now. Right foot kick. 45 out. That's coming back. That's a great goal. And a little bit reward for effort for Palm Beach this afternoon. They've been completely outplayed. Aspley, 14-16. Hit triple figures for 100 exactly. Palm Beach, 5-7-37. We've played 25 and a half minutes in this final quarter. And Hammer, can you pick anyone out, as I'm losing my voice, can you pick anyone out for Palm Beach that's an obvious standout? Other than the 15-year-old kid.
Yes. No, I really can't, to be brutally honest. I mean, there's half a dozen players that have certainly had good moments and patches in the game. But for consistency, I think if you were to label the best 10 players on the ground, I think they're all coming from the one team for me.
And I'd say that'd be the Hornets, as Wolbers again.
Good guess.
As just trying to clear my throat. My voice is just about gone this afternoon. Wolbers got the clearance in the hands of Henderson. Again, another solid contributor for the Hornets. Lands in the hands of Harrison, though. Harrison chips the ball forward. This is a bit of ball movement. This is
Hunter
Hall. As the siren goes, end of the game here at Aspley Oval. Aspley, 14-16, 100 Palm Beach, 5-7-37. That's a 63-point hammering.
Yep.
In favour of the Hornets. You know, and again, look, I've got the best three players on paper. We were just talking about before the back end of this last quarter. Hammer, you'll probably agree with this. You got Liam Dawson, best on ground.
Yeah.
Gave him the 3 votes. I can't even comprehend how many intercept marks he had this afternoon. Definitely lost number. I've given 2 to Lonigan.
Yep.
I thought he had a really solid afternoon of contested footy. In that midfield battle, he was solid all afternoon. I've given 1 to Brendan Batchelor, the captain, the co-captain. He was solid contributor as well. You could have given the 2 and 1 votes to a dozen
players, yep.
From Aspley. Well, thank you very much for joining us this afternoon for round 10 QAFL action. My name's Kane Browning. Thank you again, David Hampton, for your contribution this afternoon.
Pleasure.
We'll be back for round 11 QAFL action next week, hopefully. You'll join us, and we'll be back soon. Thank you.